Yeah, welcome to episode 234 of Open Your Toys Cast, the podcast dedicated to the four greatest action figure franchises of the 80s and all time, and those are Rock.
Star Wars, Masters of the Universe, G.I. Joe, and Transformers.
Yeah, if you want to kick it with us, we want you to do it here live every other Sunday, 4 p.m. Mountain. Figure out your own time zone. If you can't make the live podcast, join us on Facebook at our group, facebook.com/group/open your toys. If you don't want to be part of a community and just want to listen to the show, you can follow our Facebook page at facebook.com/open your toys cast. If you want to see everything we're talking about and have links to everything we're talking about, go to openyourtoys.com. At the top of the page, you'll find our show notes there. It has links to subscribe through Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, RSS, Stitcher Smart Radio. You can email us at team@openyourtoys.com. You can leave us a voicemail or text us at 720-235-TOYS. You can support the show by going to openyourtoys.com/Amazon, openyourtoys.com/eBay. Whenever you buy something, we will get some pennies. All right, Rock, you haven't been with us for a while. How can people find you?
You can find me in the group, you can find me on Facebook, and you can find me on my toy store with ever-growing inventory because I've been home for a month now and I'm just buying shit on the regular on Facebook Marketplace. We can Rock DM on eBay. Got a lot of new stuff coming to the store.
I was going to say, if we can find you at home.
Oh yeah, I'll be home sitting on my ass with a bag of frozen peas on my belly starting Thursday when I recover from hernia surgery. So binge watching season 3 of Miami Vice and going from there.
Ooh, nice. That's a good one.
I've gone through 2 seasons of Miami Vice so far.
I never watched it growing up. I mean, I would see an episode here or there, but I never religiously watched it. That's probably a good nostalgia one, right? A good 80s,
There's so many reasons why to watch the show. Number one, once Junior goes to school, Melissa leaves for work, make a pot of coffee. I tell the dog, come on, Tubbs, let's go fight some crime. The dog lays on my lap. I pet the dog, have some coffee, and first of all, the cars. Because every drug dealer's got to drive a Lambo, a Ferrari, a Mercedes. So you see all these vintage 80s cars that are just crazy. The clothes, the guys wearing the Cavaricis and those suits.
Yeah.
And honestly, my favorite thing has been all the cameos. Like on episode 3, Ed O'Neill from Married with Children, he's a super deep undercover FBI agent that he forgets he's even in the FBI anymore. Kind of like Donnie Brasco.
I was going to say, and he's what, 25 or 28 or something? Is he still pretty old?
30.
Oh, I guess Married with Children. He was supposedly supposed to be in his 40s.
Yeah, because it was 1985. Then episode 4, Bruce Willis is a international arms dealer selling stolen government weapons, and he's selling Stinger missiles. And Bruce Willis is a swarmy asshole in this show.
Yeah, but how was he on the show?
But I mean, every episode, just the amount of cameos. The episode I watched the other day, Nathan Lane is a comedian and he rapes a waitress and the waitress kills him. She stabs him to death. Yeah, I mean the cameos are crazy. Like Giancarlo Esposito was in one last week where he was cutting coke instead of mixing 80-20, he was doing 50-50 cutting it. And it was just when you see the cameos, it's crazy. Louis Guzman. So that's one of my favorite parts, is just seeing these actors before they really made it. Because Bruce Willis, this is before Moonlighting, way before, obviously before Die Hard.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of actors that you look at now and you're like, oh, I remember him. Dennis Farina, he plays a mob boss. He's
awesome.
He's always a mob boss or a cop, one or the other.
But man, did he play those beautifully.
Yeah, so if you want to know, you can find me on the couch with a cup of coffee in my hand, a black lab on my lap, watching Miami Vice on Peacock.
Nice. Yeah, I'll tell you what, most people can't handle the cheese. I love the lighthearted cheese, but you want to talk about cameos, the whole show was built on it. Love Boat, man. Love Boat is, I would say that's easily in my top 10 TV shows of all time. And you mentioned Moonlighting. Moonlighting's the same way. It was a weekly, not nearly the caliber of cameo, but you know, it's got cameos from people like, you know, that'll blow your mind from that era. But
So the only thing that they're watching Most Miami Vice is like a lot of times when the guys shoot their guns, they're not even shooting blanks. Like they go, it's like they move the guns and they must put like sound effects in. Like only the key people actually get like blanks in their guns, like Crockett and Tubbs and some of the main bad guys. But a lot of times it's not even like a muzzle flash.
Flash, it's just going on.
They shouldn't have real guns on sets.
Yeah,
Well,
that's one of the things I've noticed. But it's the dialogue is so bad for cops. It's just like it's really bad dialogue sometimes, but it makes it pretty fun to watch.
Nice. Cliff, where can people find you, brother?
Find me posted in the groups, or the group, Open Your Toys as Red Menace on Facebook, and then I post on Instagram as Associate of Horror.
I was going to say, I've been finding you in the mask group.
Man, that mask group is
I
active
joined,
as shit.
Dude, it is crazy. I thought it is a selling group, right? It's
apparently because every third post is, "Hey, just found these in my attic. What do you want? I'll sell them to you."
Oh, like, see, and I was gonna say, when I join a group, I leave because I don't ever like actually go on Facebook. It's all over my email, and I'm like, I don't see a lot of for sale posts. That's why I joined it. I was like, maybe I can like start getting in on some part lots or something like that, or people upgrading. And it's surprising that I don't see more stuff. But
dude, all it is selling. That's all.
Really?
Like, yeah, that's what.
Maybe at least, yeah. I was gonna say maybe the emails don't send me like the for sale posts or something like that, because I didn't see very many. But
you have to act quick on those too, on those for sale posts in those groups.
Like they're like has no talent level, fast gone.
Right.
Like
right,
I'm
yeah.
good. Like my collection's complete, so I just like seeing what people are selling and for what.
Mm-hmm.
And like half the posts are like people selling part lots, and then the other half is like half legit like mask fans just selling off what they have. But there are so many people that only join the group because they found a bunch of mask toys in their basement and they're looking to upload them. Like there are so many of those posts. Like, hey, I just went to my mom's house and all this was in her attic. I want to sell them. Give me money.
And there are two ways too. Hey, I don't know what this is worth. Can somebody tell me? And it's eBay sold listings. It's always like a whole thing.
Yeah.
It's like some people don't even want to do the research. They want everybody to tell you what it's worth and then give you exactly what somebody paid for it on eBay in one of these groups. Some of those for sale posts do get annoying after a while.
Yeah.
Do your research and you'll try to make some money.
Cliff, did we say where to find you?
Yeah.
We've been tangenting.
Red Menace and Associate of Horror.
You can find me at facebook.com/openyourtoys or at SlickMcFavorite on the gram, which I think I'm gonna go gram crazy. We're gonna talk about this later in the show, but I think I'm gonna become a master gram seller. Friends and family only, bros. So
Ooh, I cringe when I hear friends and family.
I know it gives you a hard feeling, but well, we'll talk about that later.
Well, I consider you a friend, Slick, so we're good.
All right. So Cliff, we'll save you from what are we drinking? What are you eating? We entered, and this doesn't go against your fast. That I think that was.
Oh, dude, no, I stopped the fast. I'm just back to the under 800 calories a day.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize you.
The fast was jostling with my weight because I would overeat on days I would eat to overcompensate.
Your free days.
So now I just do the under 800 calories. But I am eating C. Howard's violets, or as I knew them for most of my childhood, Choward's violets.
Oh yeah, it does look like.
Yeah, it does. I was thinking the same thing.
I went to the website to start buying by the case, and I'm like, oh, it's C. Howard. But for years it was Choward's, and they're just violet flavored mints, and they're delicious.
That sounds awful. That sounds absolutely awful. A flower flavored mint, but all right. Next time you send me a box, next time you have something coming towards me, send me one of those, because I've never seen. I am very not perceptive. maybe perceptive is the word, but I like to look at lots of stuff, and if I ever see strange things like candies, if I ever see strange candies I've never seen before, I'll pick them up. And so, and I've never seen those.
Where you well, they used to be at like candy stores back when candy stores were like a thing in the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Now I just order them from the company itself, but
directly.
Where I find them is usually at like I know bodegas don't technically exist in Illinois, but like your Indian run, like small liquor stores / convenience stores will typically have violets on the candy shelf.
Interesting.
Like those.
I wonder if it's a Midwest thing, because I mean obviously we have liquor stores here because can't sell liquor in grocery stores or anything, but it's all Little Debbie and Takis and all that kind of shit. They don't ever have anything interesting.
Like a good rule of thumb is if you walk in and you smell Nag Champa incense, you're like, they might have violets here.
Yeah, and I guess our liquor stores are not Indian; they're Middle Eastern here. So, but not that I know that if that makes a difference or not. Yeah. But all right, Rock, what are you drinking? Coffee?
No, I'm actually drinking in a vintage WWF glass and a Hulkamania glass, brother. I'm actually drinking some A&W Root Beer Zero, caffeine-free, calorie-free, taste.
All root beer is caffeine-free, dude.
No, it is not. No, Bargs has 22 milligrams.
Really? Oh, see, I thought root beer was a caffeine-free beverage.
No, that's what I thought too, and I saw that the other day when I was having a Bargs, that 22
my son
milligrams.
wanted a bottle of root beer, and he grabbed one that was diet soda, and nobody now drinks diet soda, so this fat man gets stuck drinking it now. So it's all good.
Well, I like it. We are a waste no food house, so I like that. Even though it sucks, you're muscling it down. Well, I got tired of all the. Oh shit! I haven't even looked at the comments.
Yeah, we got a dog or something. Maybe a ghost.
Barks has bite from Brickalizer. Yeah, I don't know what you got. Like the icon didn't come through on Jay Sasson's.
It's like a ghost. It's like a yellow ghost waving. Hold on. Yeah, I don't know. It looks like a yellow ghost waving.
The text translation in StreamYard is "You got this." Mm-hmm. That's the text description of the emoji. Yeah, I got tired of all the flack I was getting. Not really, but I went just plain old beer, Ice House. This was the first like. So in high school, we had Coors Extra Gold. We literally had a crew that we nicknamed CG, Coors Extra Gold, because that's all we drank. But the first beer I ever drank as an adult, like where I went and bought a case of it and had it in my fridge all the time, was fucking Ice House. And that's because...
higher alcohol, baby.
Yeah, higher alcohol. And a liquor store here in town, if you bought the case warm, because they didn't have much refrigerator space, but they had a ton of storage. If you bought the case warm, you could get a case of it for $9.99 of bottles. So, we'd have Ice House at the pad all the time. And I still like it. It doesn't have that malt liquor taste.
Real watered down taste, if I remember correctly. Like real.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's stronger because really? We don't do Bud or Coors or anything like that nowadays. I've got to have something that has some taste, but no, it's
pickle juice or tomato juice or clam juice in it.
No, it's ice brewed for a bolder taste.
Oh, okay.
But
yeah, because that was really the only beer I could drink because it was the least abrasive flavor-wise, and it was higher alcohol. Because when I drank, I didn't drink beer at all. But Ice House I could do.
Oh, interesting. See, and I think Ice House is one of the stronger ones myself. But all right. Well, let's fucking share some fucking show notes and talk some fucking toys. Because I know Rock needs it. I need it. Cliff, you're going to
indifferent.
get it. Yeah. You're going to get it whether you like it or not. No big con news this time, so we'll go into toy news. First up, Rise of Beasts. I need to look at the right monitor when I'm clicking on stuff. Thank God the sun has gone down, so I'm not blinded anymore. So I just wanted to point this out because this is a whole list of toys and all of it looks like crap. Which I guess, they're targeting kids, but you got Beast Battle Masters, you got Beast Mode Bumblebee, you got Power Combiners, Power Alliance, aka Weaponizers, Smash Changers, Battle Changers, Power Step, Spark Racers, Spark Changers, Role Play. Oh, God. None of these seem like they would be things we would collect at all. Beast.
Isn't that good news though? Because toys should be for kids, and it feels like
No. Yeah, it should be. I just feel like they're dumbing them. Well, and I guess that's a reflection of the times, right? Is most kids are getting out of toys earlier and earlier, so they got to make them more kiddified.
Yeah, because when you go down the toy aisles, you got 45-year-old fat guys trying to push out of the way looking for the toys. So yeah, that's why the kids aren't in the toy aisles.
Dude, I don't see kids in toy aisles anymore. It's always sometimes it's an adult man forcing his little boy to buy a toy. He's like, here, you like this, right? You like this, and it's usually the Jurassic Park dinosaurs. But other than that, it's just dudes, just adult men in the toy aisle.
I agree. That's all I see too. Oh my God, where are we going? Where is this hobby going? New MPG, which I forget what that. I think this is Masterpiece Gestalts is what MPG was. Brinkalizer can probably correct me, but we get our first picture of the next Raiden Train, which is dope. It's an electric engine, an old school electric engine. It's got the little electric stuff on top. But I still can't get down with this. Even at the reduced price of $160 shipped, you think this is going to be six. It's going to be six figures, so $1,000 for it. I love the gimmicky train, and I'm so pissed off that back in the day, I was like, whatever, when they made all those knockoff sets. I'm sure everybody's had a knockoff Devastator, from the Easter baskets and shit like that. They made a Raiden one that wasn't super accurate, but even that knockoff Raiden set goes for $150 nowadays, that you could have gotten for $20 in an Easter basket at Kmart and shit. So that's a pass. That's peace. New classified listings that we actually have names to here. Let's see. So Tiger Force Duke with a vehicle. What can we conjecture what the vehicle would be? That would, we got to think it's going to be
a Ram motorcycle. That's what's going to be.
Oh, you're right. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, not even a new one, just a fucking repainted one.
Yeah, could it be repainted to be the Silver Mirage?
Silver Mirage. Oh, like a Tiger Force Duke with a non-Tiger Force vehicle. That's an interesting one.
Motorcycles are going to be their bread and butter. I'm hoping for a Trouble Bubble or a Snake Armor, but I think it's going to be motorcycles, guys.
It's going to be something repainted. I'm willing to bet anything on it.
Yeah.
I don't know, though. The last two Target exclusive vehicles were brand new. I mean, it's not.
It is.
It's not against them to do a new sculpt for a Target.
Yeah, because it seems kind of the way they're going. They're, especially with this Tiger Force and Python Patrol shit, is they'll release them as exclusives at Target first. Everybody jumps on it because of the new mold, and then they release the traditional version of it at mass retail. Is kind of what I'm seeing. But I guess I was naive to hope it would be a devilfish. That would be a fucking dope one.
Believe me, I hope I'm wrong. But
Yeah.
I'm just, if history shows you anything, it's probably going to be something that we've already seen. But.
I agree.
I'm quickly on Yojo.com just looking to see what Tiger Force vehicles were. Because wasn't the whole thing of Tiger Force, it was repainted Cobra vehicles?
Yeah, it was the Rattler.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm just checking.
I mean, and it wasn't strictly Cobra because there's a Tiger Force Firefly.
Yeah, and there's a Tiger
As
Fish
well.
and a Tiger Sting.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen people 3D print a devilfish that actually Ryan and Travis bought from Star Joe's and TV Toycast, and it looks absolutely incredible. And I think it was around the $40 price, which for
Wow.
somebody 3D printing it at a toy show is not bad at all. And it's
No, yeah.
it's scaled next to the other one absolutely perfectly. It's almost like somebody scanned it and upsized it and then just printed the parts out.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that'd be my one worry about a tigerfish is that there's just so many parts to it. The vehicle itself, if you buy it, no accessories, is pretty hollow and an easy thing to do.
Yeah.
But then it's got 4 missiles on the deck. It's got 2 torpedoes on the bottom.
The motor.
It's got working dual engines on the back.
Could be
So.
could be the Tiger Paw, which was a repainted ferret. Ferret's probably
Ooh,
doable.
oh, that is right.
That'd be a good one.
Shit, yeah. Release it as an exclusive and then do a mainline release as the regular Cobra version. Oh, fingers crossed. Good job, Cliff. I think you predicted it. Let's see. And then there's a troop builder pack. Don't they say something about the troop builder pack is also listed? Oh. Croc
With the green
Master.
shirts, maybe? Just 2
Yeah,
generic
that would
guys
be
with custom?
interesting.
Maybe it's Tomax and Zaymot.
In a trooper builder pack?
It's just a 2-pack, though. I mean, they could mistake it as a troop builder pack, but it could be Tomax and Zaymot.
Yeah, I
Same-
guess
It's essentially the same mold.
that's
Flip-flops,
true.
yeah.
And then the 6-inch value figure for $4.99. I assume that's going to be similar to their 10-inch one where the legs don't move. Like you literally get 3 points of articulation. You get the arms and the neck.
Yeah, to the cheap box at Walgreens. Yeah.
Yeah. I get sucked into those with the focus characters. I'm like, oh, a Snake Eyes. But I'm taking the stance that if the legs don't move, that means it's not an action figure.
Yeah,
It's
they
a statue with movable head and arms.
On some of the Star Wars toy podcasts I listen to, they refer to those as shampoo bottle figures.
Mhm.
Oh, really? I refer to the shampoo bottles as like the 10-inch dolls, the 10-inch
Yeah.
action figures.
No, or
Like the
12-inch, right?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that are
right, yeah, the
super
12-inch.
narrow.
And they're
Yeah.
those cylinder, like almost
Long,
those
those
long
long
boxes.
Yep.
Yeah, it's Marvel's got a shit ton of those. Yeah, because I had Bubble Bath and He-Man in the He-Man when I was a kid. Like, it's funny though. We all call them shampoo bottles, but it was clearly Bubble Bath that we're referring to. But
Yeah.
shampoo bottle is just the word we use.
But this one was kind of exciting, at least for me, being a super movie guy. The leak of the core class, and we also get to see what a core class package. So I'm sure everybody remembers, because everybody's been listening to this show for years, of the test packaging. Do you remember the test packaging to eliminate the plastic and looks like we're getting it. We already got it in War for Cybertron with, just a little window with a little bit of chest and head, and that's it. And so now it looks like this is what we're getting with Core as well. And I'm excited for this. The alt mode looks like crap in my opinion, but I'm excited that it'll come with little blast effects for the elbows and shit. But
what is his alt mode?
It's a car.
Oh.
Yeah. So yeah, exactly. That's why I say it looks like shit. So here's the wheel back here and the wheel up here.
I thought it was that thing I saw at Sam's Club. It like automatically looks for spills and it cleans the concrete floors. As it goes by, it's completely automatic. That's what I thought that was. Cleaning robots.
I have never seen that. I've seen the Walmart robots, and I saw them like 2 years ago, and now I've never seen them again. Yeah. Do you guys still see the Walmart robots out there?
I've never seen a robot in any store.
Really?
I'm jealous.
There's a food store by us called Stop and Shop. They have them. And I saw it at Sam's Club, which is owned by Walmart. So
yeah,
I don't go to Walmart, so I wouldn't know.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Walmart hater.
I also despise Walmart.
I hate it. I hate it too. Trust me. But
it's the first evil in our game, right?
Exactly. Mystery box droids. So if people, Star Wars collectors, last year when they brought Galaxy's Edge stuff to Target, they brought Droid Factory droids. And now it looks like the new incarnation of these are going to be these mystery box ones. Looks like there'll be 6 of them. This chopper one's kind of interesting. I kind of like this chopper C14B. But the rest of these are kind of boring, in my opinion. And then this last one we get, I do kind of like this gray version of the R2-D2, but we get a look at the mystery box, what it'll come in. Looks like the stands will be connectable and shit like that.
Is it an actual like plastic box, or is
it
like a? Oh wow.
Yeah, and you're paying for that box because the droids by themselves in the little cardboard box were 10, and now they're 15.
Wow.
But I didn't dig in too closely to see where these are coming from, but.
So what's kind of weird is the Transformers are getting away from plastic in their packaging, and this is a completely plastic packaging.
Well, they're getting away from those windows, like the clamshell, or not clamshell, but the plastic, which is weird because that's recyclable. So whenever I cut down a package, if it's the 4 franchises, I keep the card back, but then you can recycle the bubbles. So that's what what's annoying is, and it's one of those things I should do more research because we recycle like crazy. We always have. But so when you buy a box like that, the actual window in the box is not recyclable. So to be able to recycle it, you should be tearing the window off and then just recycling the cardboard. But for the 4 franchises, I keep it. So it's never really messed with me there. But on the other stuff, I never tore the window off. And so what they're saying is when it goes through the recycle shit, they just throw those out. Like if they see a cardboard box with plastic on it, that gets taken out of the recycle process. So. Yeah, we have in my PTA, we have a recycle advocate that has dropped a lot of knowledge that has taught me that for years and years and years, we've been recycling wrong. Like a pizza box is not recyclable. Like if it gets...
It's disgusting. Like,
Well, but I'm just thinking like they just shred all that shit. It just ends up in the process. Like I had no idea. And now the latest one I heard is if there's plastic with food stuff on it, that's not recyclable. And I'm like, don't they just melt that down when just the food stuff get mixed, But a lot of it makes sense, but it's one of those things. We just throw plastic and cardboard into our recycles because our trash says they'll separate everything for you. But Trumpeter Cliffjumper. So this is another model kit company similar to Flame Toys. But what I thought was interesting about this, and I don't know, we've only got a few watchers today because I announced it kind of late. But what's interesting about this is this doesn't look like very many parts. So this is about at the same price as a Flame Toys. It's about $40. But a Flame Toys has 3 to 4 times more parts than this does. So if anybody that's watching if anybody's built one of these or anybody listening, comment on the post. I'd just be curious to see people's thoughts on these. I don't necessarily want a cliff jumper, but here is a scale chart that they've put together of ones I guess they're going to do. So they're all from the Bumblebee movie. But I just love model kits. Now, the one thing I don't like, and I wanted to talk about this because I promoted it big time on the last one, is those paper like puzzle model kits that Peter said. So Peter was like, "Oh my God, it's so amazing! It's just been tons of time and fun and stuff like that." So I started building my Razor Crest, and it's a nightmare. And now I've bought $85 worth of these, and that's on sale, worth of these model kits, and I'm like, I don't think I want to build anymore. Like, I put 2 hours into it, and because he was talking about how everything tabs together, and I'm all about tabbing. Like, I love things that just fit together. Well, the one thing that, and maybe this is just my lack of skill, well, when it's a paper tab, that bends real easy, and it splits real easy, and it doesn't tab in correctly once it's bent or split, and so that's been my problem with those paper kits. So just to give anybody out there, if you're interested in those paper kits, just know that's and to get a lot of the angles and stuff, you need to be using a little hobby glue that they include with it, but that's kind of annoying. Peter said he built his without using any of the glue, and I'm like, I don't get how he got some pieces to wrap around. You got to think of how do you make a curve with paper, or not paper, thick carded.
Cardstock.
Yeah, exactly. So the cool guy says, "Oh, here, this is what I need to do instead of just reading it." Why does Rock look like he's 14 years old?
Because I'm in my 14-year-old bedroom.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Cliff and I had that same thought when he joined in.
I really wish I could take the camera and show you what's in here. He's got a refrigerator filled with Monster Energy drinks. He's got the LED lights that go all around, all the molding. I really wish I could do it all up, but I don't want to mess up this stuff. He's got the PlayStation, the PlayStation 5, the VR, the PlayStation 4, all that stuff. Yeah. Gamer's paradise.
Now, how much chores does this guy do? Are you spoiling this kid, or is he earning this stuff?
He gets $25 a week allowance. If he mows the lawn, he gets an extra 10, so he gets
Nice.
35. But he's been helping me out a lot. Like, his big thing is he has to go out and feed the birds, because I'm an avid bird watcher, and I feed my squirrels too. So he'll go fill the bird. He'll go fill the bird feeder. He'll take out the garbage. And the big thing is because my shoulder surgery, we have the 5-gallon jugs of water so we can use less of the individual bottles. So he has to go bring those in the house, put them into the cooler. He does a decent amount of stuff. I'm not gonna lie, he does a lot around here. Especially now that I'm handicapped, he's doing a lot more. He's he's helped out with laundry. You don't know, just carrying stuff like a bag of dog food weighs 40 pounds. Like, you can't just throw it on my shoulder and carry it in.
Yeah, exactly.
All the little stuff. So
blowing out my ankle, like I say, it wasn't even weightlifting stuff. Like, my daughter helped, like, what do you call those little urinals? The little fucking,
Yeah.
I had to pee in one of those for almost like 45 days. I literally couldn't get up, or not couldn't, but it was so painful and so harsh. The only time I'd get up to use the restroom is to go number 2, fucking. So my poor 7-year-old daughter would be clearing my fucking urinals and shit like that. So
yeah, my dad used to have those things all over the house. He'd be in a chair like 16 or 18 hours a day, and all of a sudden you'd walk by and you'd be like, oh, almost knocked over your urinal.
Yeah, we learned to buy the ones that sealed very well, very quickly, not just the fucking, ones you can get off of Amazon for 97 cents. Shane Montroy in the house. No one's late. This is super.
And tell the cool guy if he wants, I'll put on a new era hat, flat brimmed. If he wants, I'll turn it just sideways.
No, you need a propeller cap.
Yeah, I was going to say, I rock flat-brimmed kicked hats, so that's obviously not a 14-year-old thing.
I rock newsboy caps myself.
Oh, nice. I like that. All right. This is kind of interesting. So, before we right after we recorded the last episode, there was new classified figures that they were announcing, and they were decoded as Lady J and Baroness. And everybody's like, what the fuck? And so for the 3 3/4 retro line, because everybody is like, because we had already gotten a Baroness, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so they did more digging, and it looks like this might be a retro carded classified line. So here we go with my obsession with retro carded stuff. I'm telling you right now, if they don't have the borders,
the white border,
yeah, they're not getting a fucking dime. The other ones, the 3 3/4 ones, I buy them just because it's one for the Cobra Troopers. It's the newest body style for the Cobra Troopers, and they have a lot of accessories, that kind of stuff. But I've even cherry picked all of those. But I think that'd be super dope to get some classified reissues on retro card backs, especially if they do them well.
Meanwhile, Lady J is the only classified figure I see it every time I go out to the store.
I see Lady J and Cobra Commander everywhere.
And Flint.
Oh, and see here, the Flints and Cobra Commanders are all gone. All I see is Lady J all day, every day.
I see a lot of also movie Snake Eyes.
Yeah.
It's probably that weird.
Oh, yeah.
Not movie Snake. I'm sorry, movie Storm Shadow from the Snake Eyes movie.
Oh, see, it's opposite for me. I haven't seen Storm Shadow in months, but I see that Snake Eyes pretty regularly. So, Rock, would you do a 6-inch carded line like that?
No. I mean, unless it was maybe like Zartan, or I missed Major Blood, so maybe if they put out some of those guys or some of the ones I missed, I might do it. But I bought a few classified figures out of boredom. I really like them, but I don't have the display space now. After just putting together all them details this weekend, and I'm like still out of space. I'm like, damn. Yeah.
By the way, those looked really awesome. How you got the carded and then one in the center.
Yeah,
cool.
I'm going to move the Transformers one tomorrow And I'm gonna have, so it's like each franchise is gonna have one old detail.
Oh, that's dope. I like
And then
that.
after all that, I still don't have room for my NECA figures. After all that, I thought like I'm gonna have to buy another one soon.
On the plus side, they are they're $65. At least in Illinois, they are. I don't know if they're more expensive by you, but $65 is a fucking steal for a
They're
default.
80.
Yeah.
80?
80.
Oh wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been forever since I've been to IKEA because I still have 2 Detolfs I bought when IKEA first came to Colorado. That was like 5 years ago. I bought 2 Detolfs and I still have never put them together.
I remember talking to you about that on Messenger way back in the day. You're like, I'm super excited. Next year, I think is the year.
And what's crazy is I bought the natural, like, because all the shelves, yeah, the wood grain, all my shelves in my office are natural like that. And now they discontinued them. So now I have 2 that won't ever match anything else because you can't buy natural anymore. It's only white or black.
Well, to me, the only thing that was great was they were out of stock for months and months and months. I put in my email in. They sent me a message, hey, they're in stock. I ordered 3 of them, and then to deliver them for $79. And it's out, like, it's great delivery because they actually bring it to the room where you're going to assemble it. It's
Oh,
like
shit.
at the front door.
Ah,
that might be worth it.
Yeah, they came on New Year's Eve at like 5 or 6 o'clock at night. I tipped each guy. I'm like, oh, yeah, just put them in that room. And if you bought 2 or 3, the delivery was the same price. So originally I was buying 2. And then my wife's like, maybe you should get 3. And then I did my Slickonomics. I'm like, well, that changes the price from, and it made more sense. And now I'm kicking myself. I should have bought 4. but they're in stock now. So keep checking your IKEAs. IKEA's been saying with this whole shipping crisis that they've had stuff that people have been waiting for months and months and months for. It finally came in.
That's crazy.
And apparently there must have been a couple of containers with Detolfs in them.
Yeah, we for the school they needed a die cutting machine that's like this $500 die cutting machine, so the PTSA ponied up for it, and we ordered it at the start of school, and it is finally shipping. It finally shipped like a week ago.
Wow.
And they were saying, the company was saying, it's all this fucking shipping shit. So now this one I am all in on. TF Micro Machines. Is that the only picture? No, here's the big picture. So right now only movies, it looks like. I was hoping Lotus would be on. Oh, I was thinking that was a Rattler, and it's the Jetfire from the movie, the fucking stealth bomber. But the motorcycles are dope, the RC and whatever the other ones were.
I guess you could always put these next to your world's smallest figures, right?
Ah, that's a good way to do it. I like that. Except for there's no world's smallest that are movie stuff.
Oh, okay.
But if they do movie stuff, they've got to get to G1 eventually too. So what are the nano ones? Has anybody... I don't own any Micro Machines. Has anyone put the Nano Hollywood or whatever the Hollywood Rides Nano versions? I bet those are Micro Machine size, aren't they? Does anybody have those? No, you guys don't.
I've heard all those words. I don't know what they mean together.
So the vehicle, right? So even being a movie guy, like they put out the Back to the Future ones. Not that you would be into the Fast and the Furious. You know what I'm talking about?
Now
those
I know
little,
what you're talking about. The yeah, from Jada.
The little, the little 3-packs.
Yeah.
I'd be curious how those measure up to a Micro Machine.
Do you think they're Micro Machine scale though? They look to be in between Micro Machine and Hot Wheels, from what I remember. I've only seen the GI Joe 3-pack.
Well, let me see. I mean, what the fuck is... Oh, here's the Jurassic Park one.
Yeah,
that's...
Oh, yeah, you're right. Maybe that is Micro Machine. I don't know. It's been a long time.
I guess... Yeah, see, and that's what I'm saying. I don't own a Micro Machine, so But yeah, I mean, these are pretty freaking tiny. But anyways, I'm in for them, even if they are movie. I love that this has the tattooed Starscream on it. And the Blackout, yeah, there's a lot of different fucking versions in here. This one has the side swipe and the jazz. 2 different Bumblebee styles.
I was gonna say, some look orange, some look yellow.
Yeah, this one, I think this is a metallic one.
Yeah, like a gold.
The one we're seeing, yeah. And then these other flat ones look like they're prototypes, but that looks like a little semi, like a possible G1. But anywho, let's get the fuck on. So here's Shane the Modern. Not as high quality as the original.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, wow. The Nano are a little bit smaller. That's interesting. Okay. Maybe that's why we'll only see the movie ones, because it might be like one of those weird licensing things, like whatchamacallit. Well, no, even the Nano, because I never bought them, but even the Nano ones have movie versions. They have a movie, Optimus, Bumblebee, and I forget what the third one was in it. But anyways, nobody cares that much. Hasbro names a new CEO, Chris Cox. Yeah, I love some cock in a name. So this is
spelled like that, not with an X.
Yeah.
Yeah, what were those Staten Island name givers thinking here?
I wonder what his porn name would be if his name is Chris Cox. You know how like his porn name would be? It's like the street your name lived on as a kid and your dog and then something else. So I wonder.
I dub him Sir Cox a lot. That's what I like. So he was previously the president and CEO of Wizards of the Coast. So that had a very strong following at one time, led very well. And the digital gaming division, I assume, of Hasbro is what they're saying. Oh yeah, expanded properties like Magic the Gathering, even into even more successful parts of the company.
Man, if I married him, I'd be Rock Cox.
You would rock Cox, bro. Shane, do you still follow Magic? So Shane Montroy used to own a comic store right near me, literally blocks from me, and the most busy I'd ever see it on is Magic Nights. Like he would hold, I don't know if you call them tournaments or, if that's too official or whatever, but Shane, is Magic more popular now? Have you not followed it? I mean, this is still years ago, but I'd be curious. Chime in, let us know if this guy actually made Magic more popular by it going to Hasbro. Third party fans toys, and they had a couple reveals. I just like this Mirage one the best. So yeah, if you're a masterpiece collector, I mean, you just got to be a fans toys guy. Nobody else is really putting out great masterpiece stuff. So what are we getting here? Oh, 2 different types of head. So an animation head and a toy head. Here's with the Jazz that they just released as well. It's looking great. God, it's just so clean what these guys are doing compared to Hasbro. I mean, Hasbro just has panel lines everywhere. And these guys are just making super clean stuff.
And how much does something like that go for?
A fan's toys, like a bot like this, would be probably 200
Whoa.
nowadays. Oh,
That
yeah.
much, huh?
Oh, yeah. At least, I should say, that is what I assume.
Wow. It looks
Uh,
fantastic. Just kind of surprised on the price point.
yeah. Well, and now I'm seeing him next to Hoist. And, well, here, we'll just take a quick jaunt over to TF Source, not
Maybe
for
Baba
any
Bobo has it.
particular reason. Baba Bobo definitely had him at one point. So let's see. Fans Toys. Let's see what we got here for price point. Yeah, see, we're talking 120 for a mini bot here.
Whoa.
That's the problem, is they just... Yeah, oh, and I have this on pre-order. So this is the Headmaster Skull Cruncher, 270 on him.
Wow.
Where's the Soundwave? Yeah. So this is called Robot Paradise, but even them put fans toys in the thing because it's kind of no surprise that it's produced by them. So 300 for a Soundwave. Yeah, these things aren't fucking any joke. Oh, I bought this. So $100 for a mini bot for their sea spray. Yeah, one of the combiners, the fucking, I forget what his real name is, but...
Yeah, they look great. Just I was kind of not expecting it to be that much money.
Well, and what's crazy is Fans Toys is one of these that, because they don't re-release their stuff very much, and when they re-release it, they do a dramatic change like metallic paint or something, that the aftermarket on these are even more insane. You know, like... This was years ago, 3 or 4 years ago, when I was heavily involved in podcasts and toy reviews. People were buying like 2 to 4 of these each time as just investments, you know, because they're like, when they release and they're sold out, it doubles in price. Shit like that. Shane say Magic's still going strong. So that's good. Usually when something like that gets bought out by a Hasbro property or something, you know, it'll die. So it's good that it's still rocking. All right, let's get on to some more Turd Party. Yeah, here we go. Glow in the dark creature. So I put this in here. It's kind of personal to me. So the original Jada Toys creature is still in my pile of loot that hasn't shipped yet. So I was curious if anybody on the show has opened any of these Jada Toys monsters. Did you get any of these, Cliff?
No.
None?
I'm going all in on the NECAs.
Okay. So you're just going to stay away from the Jada?
Yeah, because, dude, if I buy one, I will justify every single thing they release.
Even Universal? Like, you get all the creature? I thought you were more of like a Dracula focused guy. I know with NECA you're going to do the whole Universal line, right?
Yeah, I would say, though, with the original Universal, I'd probably be Creature and Frankenstein for my two favorites.
Oh, interesting.
But no, I mean, yeah, I don't discriminate against the old Universal. I will buy all of them. I think they're all awesome.
In this non-glowing version, it looks pretty bad. The paint and stuff like that, but in the product shots, that looks good. Yeah, I just don't know what the...
Well, it's better than those
So
Migos.
there's... Oh, yes, for sure. Like I say, I have a Candyman doll and a Creature doll. That's all I have.
I have the NECA Migo Candyman.
The NECA Migo? Yeah, that's the one I have.
Oh, okay. You don't, because Migo also made a Candyman, and it looks like crap.
Oh, did they? Maybe I have the Mego one then. Oh, I think I do. The Mego was the newer one, right? That was out
Yeah,
like in the
NECA
last
one's
few
2 years
months. Oh, okay. I have
You would know the
that one.
difference. There would be no mistake in the two.
I have the Mego one, but it was and it's not the Candyman I have. It's the fucking Jeepers Creepers.
Oh, the Creeper. Okay.
Yeah, because I've never seen anything from Jeepers Creepers, and I fucking love it. So, Brinkalizers chime in. Yeah, you're right, Brian. We're looking at some of the in-stock prices. TF Source does that. They raise the price. I think the Skull Cruncher is still the original price because it's pre-order. But that Soundwave did look like a little bit more than I paid for it. So crazy. Let's see. Yeah, see, that looks good. Oh, it's going to come with the net. Oh, is it going to come with the little claw too? Interesting.
Yeah, and it comes with the flare gun as well, I think, or the spear gun.
Oh, and it said this was an Entertainment Earth exclusive. Oh, god damn it. I was waiting on this because I was like, oh, I'll get it through Discount Comic Book Service. Because the Jada stuff, you can get 20 to 25% off through them. Ah, shit.
While you mentioned DCBS, I sent them a long email. I'm like, hey, I pre-ordered this, and this. I've never heard nothing from you guys. I want a full refund on everything. And they sent me an email. The money will be deposited in your bank account 3 to 5 days. I got a full refund for every single toy I've ordered because this shit I've been waiting on for a year and a half.
Yeah.
The first wave of retro Mandalorian figures, full waves of MOTU I never got, Castle Grayskull, which I never got. I got like $300 something back from them.
Nice. That's good.
So,
I mean, the Retro Mando stuff. Oh, are you talking about the first line you never got? Oh, wow. Wow. Okay. I thought you were talking about the second one. I'm like, the second one hasn't even shipped.
The MOTU figures, the ones that had the wave of Scareglow and a couple other guys, I never got that. I mean, shit that's been out a long, long time. It's just like, all right, enough's enough. You know, the worst part, I got a comic book delivery today. I go through previews, and they have all the G.I. Joes. They have Crocmaster to pre-order, Storm Shadow, Spirit, and I'm like, why even bother teasing me with this stuff? Because it's like, I'm not even going to bother thinking about ordering it, because now I know it's slim and none chance of even getting half the stuff from them.
Well, and I never order Hasbro stuff from them because they make you buy the case. And so they won't give you the case breakdown. So unless you're knowledgeable enough, which, you know, in my case, I know what the case breakdown is, but you always have to buy a case of Hasbro stuff.
Yeah, I didn't go I was just going through the previous catalog. Yeah, because it said like Spirit, Storm Shadow, and Cobra Officer, which they all looked incredible. So I was like, all right, I know Roger needed some of these figures, so I was thinking about looking at ordering them, but yeah, I'm done with ordering toys for DCBS now.
Yeah.
Hey, Slick, dude, you got to turn on a light, man. Oh, wait, now it's a little better.
See, because the show notes, you can see it on in Rock too. When I go back to the show notes, it turns everything all white. And
I was like, I could kind of see your mouth.
Yeah, I just went to the dentist, so they should be nice and pearly white. All right, new Simpsons Ultimates. So Super 7 site is pretty white too, so it should keep it pretty good. The fucking deep cuts on here. So was anyone
I wouldn't say these are deep cuts. Like, you think these are deep?
Hank Scorpio?
Hank Scorpio is one of the most famous guest stars ever. Like, that's one of the most famous episodes ever. Like, but I'll give it to you. Okay, I'll give it to you. Yeah, like it'd be like I would think like he's on the line of like what is this Frank Grimes as being the most lovable one episode dudes.
Yes, yeah, okay, yeah, I'll put it up there, but that's still a fucking deep cut.
Okay.
Have they done a Marge yet?
I don't think so.
This is only the second wave.
Homer.
Yeah, this is the first. Yeah, exactly. I was going to say they haven't even done the regular Bart yet, which, good on them. Smart thinking. The Krusty is dope. I like the Krusty.
Is incredible. The smoking head, the head with the cigarette. Oh my god.
And you got the fucking monkey, the smoking monkey as well. The only one I ordered from this wave was the Duff Man. Oh my god. Like, you want to talk about back in the day when this came out, having a cartoon, we're talking about Spuds McKenzie times too. So there was also a dog mascot for beer companies, but having a cartoon mascot for a beer company, I love it. Mrs. McFavorite has one Simpsons box set downstairs, and she started getting into Simpsons and started buying like all of the Simpsons, and has since sold everything except for her Duff Man at Moe's box set. Like, that's the only one she kept.
Playmates?
Yeah. So I got him. I was never a Bart man. I could see probably some people loving that they did the Bart man. You get Snowball tearing up the comic, the Atomic Man #1. But yeah, I guess the Hank Scorp, and this speaks, real life, right? You're saying this is one of the most popular ones. I barely remember this episode.
Oh, dude, Albert Brooks did the voice. It's like he goes to work for a Bond villain. It's hilarious.
Okay, yeah. See, I didn't realize it was Albert Brooks, and I totally forgot that it was a Bond villain story as well.
I don't think I've ever seen that episode.
Oh, dude, it's really funny.
Yeah.
Like I think that's the same episode where the Marge is stuck at home all day while Homer's at work, and I think the house is smart. Isn't that the same episode where like the house then starts to fall in love with her? Like, I don't know. It's been a year. I haven't watched The Simpsons. I'll be honest. I haven't watched a Simpsons episode in 15 years easy. Like, so I'm long disconnected. But Hank Scorpio was always one of my favorite episodes.
So Shane dropping in with he ate my special diabetic lunch.
He does a trust fall with Homer and then gets distracted and has to answer a phone. So Homer misses, and then he's like, "Oh no, I'm sorry, Homer. I had a phone call. I hope you don't take that as you shouldn't trust me or whatever." But whatever, it's all good.
Oh my god! Oh hey, KJ! Wow, man. Wishing you the best. That's awesome.
Dude.
I was gonna say that's awesome. I meant to say that's awful. Oh my god. All right.
Yeah, my son's just getting over COVID, so it's been it's fun.
I'm negative. Oh, you can't see it because I'm covered by the comment, but we have a COVID testing site that's like a block away from my house that apparently no one knows exists. So it's really become like my family's personal COVID site. And here's my latest negative.
Nice.
I'm going tomorrow for a test for like pre-surgical. But my county in all of New York, Brookhaven, which is a very large county, we had 111,000 positives. I'm not sure if that's this week or this month. Yeah, my county is like one of the worst in the entire state. Dude,
I'm telling you right now, nothing's going to stop it now. Every single person's going to get COVID.
The nice part is it's dying down, especially for people that are vaccinated, like this Omicron. Everybody's getting it, but at least it's fucking the most, it really is kind of turning into like the flu now. So we worried about it. We went to the Broncos game yesterday. And then we were going to see my 90-year-old aunt and her boyfriend, her husband, today. And so we were super worried. Like, we weren't worried for ourselves. We were worried about maybe catching it and taking it there. And And yeah, I mean, it was insane. I mean, just everybody was maskless. We were the weird people. We were double masks with KN95 masks and then fabric masks over it. And normally we wouldn't have given a shit, but we just didn't want to take it to them because, yeah, the fucking positivity rate around here is highest ever. You know,
It's
ever.
in my township. It's 23.5% positive.
Of people that are actually and
Yeah.
they're saying that's just of people that are actually going to
Getting
get tested and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. People that just have a runny nose or tired or staying home, you know.
Yeah, like when I go to physical therapy, there's a City MD, it's like a big urgent care place around here. The people line up at like 4 something in the morning. A couple hundred people line up, and they test for a certain amount of time, and then they cut the line off, and they tell everybody they got to go home. And it's amazing. Like you think like what these people are waiting for. It's like holy shit, they're waiting hours to get a rapid test so they can know if they have to come back to, do they go back to work or whatever.
Yeah.
My wife had to stay home from work all last week because she was in contact with my son, and the lab was so backed up in doing those PCR tests. It took a week for her to find out. So she stayed home for a week, lost a week's, well, she had to burn a week's vacation. So we were all home like 3 bumps on a log. Except when we got to binge watch half a Tombstone, a Yellowstone. We did that.
Yeah, love me some Yellowstone.
Oh, it's awesome, but yeah,
Oh,
it's
God.
it's bad. But KJ Smith, I hope everything's okay and you get better. Everything
Yeah.
works out for you.
I mean, that's the fucking shitty thing about all. Like, you can say, "Oh, snowflakes" and all that kind of shit, but it just takes a little bit to make it super awful for somebody else, you know. So, yeah, KJ, hang in there, brother. We'll be thinking about you. All right. Let's see here. Next up, new fans hobby Armada figures. And these things are just fucking massive. Like, I don't know if people remember how big these other figures are that they're showing comparisons next to. But this tidal wave, oh my God. And I like, there's not much stuff I like from Armada. It's just not my Transformers. But I loved Tidal Wave, a fucking aircraft carrier. And I forgot what this other one was. Overload, that's right. So you see them next to their Armada Prime. And then that's the combined version, I believe. Oh no, that's the Star Convoy that they did. At least I'm pretty sure. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, these things are fucking massive. Because these are masterpiece scale figures of Megatron and Optimus Prime. And you see how much they're towering over them.
So how big is that Optimus Prime? I don't have that.
Masterpiece Optimus Prime should be 10 inches, I think. It's kind of the standard size for him. This Megatron is like 10 inches up to the top of his head. So then you count this and this. So this is like a 14 or 15 inch figure for the tidal wave.
Damn.
Yeah, it doesn't say anything here. Again, I'm so bad. I'm so out of the community. Like, I don't watch video reviews or listen to podcasts anymore. I'm like surprised that anybody listens to us because I have no background information on anything like I used to. But
Yeah, dude, I don't drive to work anymore. My podcast consumption is drastically decreased.
yeah, exactly. I'm like, okay, while I'm working, I can either sit here and binge watch Yellowstone, or I can listen to some guy sitting in an office or sitting at a desk reviewing a Transformers figure. Yeah, I tend to go with the $1 million franchise TV show, you know. Oh, Shane Montroy loves fans hobby. What? Oh, chef's kiss. This, is that a chef's kiss?
Yeah.
All right, let's see what else we got here. This one's specifically for me. Multiverse Blackest Night, Build a Wave. Yes. Wow. So this is what got me into buying comics and not reading them. Was Blackest Night. So I have the entire run of Blackest Night and Brightest Day, and I've only read like 5 of them. But it didn't stop me. This is actually how I met Shane Montroy. This is interesting, is he was selling at a local toy show that I was selling at too, and he had the first wave of was it Diamond?
DC Direct?
DC Direct, yes, thank you. He had the first wave of DC Direct Blackest Night figures. And this is when I had just decided, like, oh, Green Lantern's going to be my DC superhero that I love. Because I remember him from the Super Friends, and his constructs were, like, my favorite part of the cartoon. And so I was like, oh, this Blackest Night thing seems interesting, and all these different colors and all that kind of stuff. So I bought the first wave from him. And then just went crazy. I've bought every Blackest Night figure that's ever been produced by either Mattel or DC Direct. So yeah, I'm excited for this. Names released Kyle Rayner, a Batman, a Superman, a Deathstorm, and then they're conjecturing that the Build-A-Figure will be Atrocitus. And this doesn't necessarily mean it's all going to be this, but yeah, so the Blackest Night figures were all like zombie versions of them and shit like that. So I'm excited for that. And Shane's right. We're going way back. All right. Nothing. Oh, I'm getting into my... Nothing big in store report. Well, I haven't been into stores. I haven't seen... Have you guys seen anything new hitting? Yeah, it's kind of that lull, right? Where they're...
I went to a Target because, believe it or not, my wife needed totes to put away the Christmas ornaments. They spell like a special tote to put the
yeah, with the dividers and shit.
So, yeah, I went to a Target I never go to. It's not really in a good area. It's right by like a courthouse and whatnot. They had the most stocked toy section I've ever seen. They had all the NECA Flash Gordon figures on the vintage card backs.
Oh, I haven't even seen that. Yeah, I was going to say, I haven't seen them in person.
And like their NECA section, they had figures that I haven't seen in years. Terminator 2 figures.
Yeah, mine too.
Those too.
Oh, okay, then maybe they re-released them. But they had wrestling figures that have been out for like well over a year, but they had like 20 Big John studs. That came out like last November. It was just amazing that from going from a different Target that's maybe 15 minutes further away from the 2 Targets I normally go to, what a complete different stock it was. I'm just thinking it's not an area that people really collect toys. I think it's at one spot.
And it may have gotten restocked because my Targets, like my Target's still Lego aisle bare, Hot Wheels aisle bare, but my NECA sections have been super well stocked, even through the holidays. Like, I don't know, you would think that like, especially gift giving, like, oh, here's a Freddy Krueger figure. I know my friend likes Freddy Krueger. I'll buy this for him. You would think that the collector aisle and the cheaper ones, not the NECA part, but like Dragon Ball Z and all, like The Witcher and all of that is blank too. But the NECA part has been, I don't know if they just have their people out there keeping it well stocked, or if they're just too expensive for a quick gift for someone.
Well, an Ultimate Figure's running $30. I mean,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I found not the first time I found it, but the first time I found it since I decided I wanted it. I found an Ultimates Leatherface, and I got that over Christmas for myself. So
Yeah, this Target even had Star Wars what do you call those? The vintage series. I haven't seen those. It was like a Han.
Oh, wow.
It was like an Endor Han. I haven't
Mhm.
seen these figures in stores.
oh,
Those things are always
interesting.
gone. But they had
Yeah,
a lot of older stuff that I think it's just not really a. It's kind of an area where it's mixed demographics, or a lot of like Spanish people live. I just don't think they're buying these kind of
Lot
things.
of-
I was shocked. I was like, my eyes were like, I couldn't believe what they had. I mean, wrestling figures. I never saw so many pegs filled with figures. Normally, it's like the same, same two guys because they got released and their figures sit on the pegs. But this store was loaded.
that's crazy. Okay. I don't know what to do right now because I am literally about to pee my pants. My ice house is cutting through me. I usually can save it to what we got and somebody could take over. Let's see. Anything you see
Wait.
here in the online?
Put the
What's
camera on me. I'll do what we got. Go piss.
Okay. That sounds like a good way to handle it. Cuz I'm like, "Oh my god, dude. My fucking back teeth are
This
floating."
is good. Keep it like this. You don't have to full frame me.
Oh no, full frame, bro. Full frame. We gotta get some HD Cliff in the house. Here, I'll keep my headphones on so I can hear you while I pee.
Oh Jesus!
Right,
I better not hear
So
you.
we're gonna hear him.
All right, so I got Marvel Legends Hand Ninja.
Red Ninja GI Joe.
Pretty much, that's what it's for. That's what it's for. I'm going to use these as Red Ninja Vipers. I got 2 of them. They are absolutely 100% going on my GI Joe classified shelf when
You
I
wouldn't know the
eventually.
difference.
Dude, they're awesome. They're better than the actual GI Joe classified Red Ninjas.
What else does he come with? He comes with what, like 2 sides, or what is that?
It's not. I don't know what these are called. It's the little hook.
Oh, yeah, I'm not sure.
He's got the 2 hooks and he's got a sword.
Okay.
And then he's got Stiltman Build-A-Figure pieces.
Oh, you
Which-
could probably sell the Stiltman figure pieces. I know that for sure.
I have so many fucking Build-A-Figure pieces. Over the weekend, yesterday specifically, do you see all these totes?
Yes.
So I have 5 totes. I have 6 totes. 1 is vintage Star Wars, but then 5 are miscellaneous. I dumped all of the totes out onto my bed and organized them by toy series.
Okay.
And then cataloged every figure that was in them. So I now have spreadsheets. I have 161 Marvel Legends just in this bedroom.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good thing you're not a Mython card collector.
No,
Wow.
I do not. Although I've been here for about 5 years, and I've been for the first couple years, I was just leaving shit in the box, boxing it up, and throwing it in my storage unit. So I still have like fucking 3 years worth of toys that I'm gonna have to open whenever I get my house.
And then
It's-
recycle them.
I'm just gonna have to get a fucking dumpster to put in my fucking driveway. So when I open all
Like
this
you're saying
shit,
too, sell those extra leg pieces. I'm sure you get a good amount of those because people are buying those.
oh yeah, well it's kind of genius because this is an army builder. You know, he's a hand ninja, and to put the 2 leg pieces in that just make Stiltman go as tall as you want him to.
Yeah.
So to give him to give these pieces to the ninja is actually kind of genius. And then I got the classified bat,
Wow, that looks incredible.
specifically 2 classified bats.
Yeah.
Very excited.
Are you gonna do one battle damage and one regular?
I haven't decided yet. I just haven't opened them yet because I didn't have a tote. So I now have a new tote that's under my bed, so I can finally get these open. So I'll probably open them in the next couple days.
But that's why I bought 2 rock was for 1 battle damage,
Okay.
1 not.
Any faceless trooper, I have to buy 2 of because I just have to have them flanking each other if they're faceless. Like Destro, Firefly, those are singular characters, but if it's like just a mass, like a Cobra Viper, I need 2, so 1 could be on each side of Cobra Commander. That's just how I am. I'm sick. And then I got my first and only Super 7 Ultimates. Casey Jones.
Ah. Why first and only?
Well, I don't have any interest in getting any of the Super 7 Ultimate Turtles. But Casey Jones is a special figure to me because not only did I love Casey Jones as a kid, but the vintage Casey Jones was my only toy Jason for years.
Oh, interesting.
So I have a special connection to and I wanted to get him because these figures are kind of they're the vintage figures like redone with today's technology. So I wanted to get Casey Jones just because I thought he was cool.
Oh yeah.
So he's pretty dope. I like him a lot. Got a bunch of. I don't love this gap here on the waist, but it's hardly an issue.
Nah.
So I really like him. I just got him yesterday. He appeared in my pile of loot, and I was like, and I know that these Super 7 Ultimates have just the most obnoxious packaging in the world. So I decided to ship it separately because I knew I was going to open him, and I just didn't want that fucking giant package fucking up my pile of loot.
And plus it's only $4 to mail it by itself.
Yeah, exactly. So I just decided, then I figured one, I'd get it and I'd get to see it finally, and then, but yeah, dude, that packaging, it's got an outer box and then it's got an outer shell in the real box. Then it's got 2 bubbles on the inside. It's like Jesus fucking Christ. And I broke it all down yesterday into like tiny pieces and brought it down to the recycling because it was just too much. But that's pretty much it. I got a couple more vintage GI Joes. Or not vintage GI Joes, vintage Star Wars. I now have 70 of the original 96.
Nice.
So I'm almost to the end.
And we talking complete?
So I get them. I buy them either loose with no accessories, with really great paint, or I buy them loose with really great paint and clearly labeled repro accessories.
Okay.
I have a collection of repro accessories that I've categorized and put on a spreadsheet. So when I buy a vintage figure, I go to Jedi Temple Archives, and I find out what weapon they had and what color it was, and then I consult my vintage spreadsheet or my repro spreadsheet. Nice. And if I have that gun, I can buy it without a gun, but I try to get it with a repro gun already included.
Nice. Oh yeah.
But I don't care about accessories. I don't care if they're repros.
Yeah,
doesn't bother me at all.
Exactly.
So yeah, and that's all I got.
All right. Well, let's just swap these segments and we'll do what we got. Rock, you got stuff?
I got plenty of stuff, but I need like a minute to get prepared. Do you want to go? Because everything's on the bed, so I got to grab it. So if you want to go, and then I'll go.
I'll go.
Okay.
All right. Because I didn't get that much, so move your crippled ass. This bad boy, I was waiting till after Christmas to make sure I didn't get it for Christmas. I was being a good boy. But I didn't get it for Christmas, so I finally ordered this. Woo! One of my favorite Lego sets in a long time. The International Space Station just holds like this very romantic part in my heart about, us eventually living in these huge space stations and stuff. I don't know if anybody's an Expanse fan, not that I'm too far into it, but love that kind of shit. Just, living life, Deep Space Nine, that kind of shit. Let's see. Oh, this was kind of interesting. Got this little motherfucker. So people saw me show off my South Park TV. Well, this little motherfucker is a tiny... Oh, I have it upside down here.
Cool.
A tiny fucking Atari with a tiny little thing. Target. It showed up on my recommended. So let's see here.
That is so cool.
It's got 9 games in it. So here you go.
Is Pitfall one of them? Is Pitfall one of them?
No, not Pitfall. That would be super amazing. But it's got a lot of good ones. It's got Pac-Man, Asteroids, Breakout, Centipede, Combat, Millipede, Missile Command, Pong, Tempest, and Warlords. So it's like an all-star thing. But so yeah, let's see here. Let's get some Pac-Man action here.
That is so cool.
And I'm not going to do very well with this, but
I don't know. I would be worried I would go blind after playing after 20 minutes.
Yeah, no. I mean, it's a goofy thing. So it comes on one of these big console TVs, but you can spread it out. So if you're gonna put it,
oh, that is awesome.
The old school Atari Pac-Man.
Oh,
I don't even know which way I'm holding the fucking thing.
No, we can see it. It looks great.
Then remember that sound? Oh yeah, buddy. So yeah, so this was kind of a goofy. It's just like the South Park one. I sat here and played with it for 15 minutes, and then now it's just been sitting on a shelf. But it was kind of a fun one. You know, the antennas are even bent on it and shit. It comes with, this has no function. Oh, maybe it does have a function. No, it just looks like it does. But that little UF converter box, yeah, where you select channel 2 or channel 3 depending on what you got in your area. So yeah, I mean it's a cool little set for, I think it was $26 on Target. So
that's awesome.
Let's see, Space Station. Yeah, because if people don't remember, it's no toy January. I'm not buying toys in January. What? So that actually was ordered before January. Not that I'd consider it a toy.
Oh, that's absolutely a toy.
No, it's entertainment purchase. It's a video game. That doesn't count for no toy January. But speaking of TF Source, yeah, this is the Fans Toys Soundwave. It's still in its protective covering. I just got it, I think, on Thursday, so I haven't had a chance to break into it yet, but Masterpiece Soundwave from Robot Paradise / Fans Toys, along with his other little minion. So he came with what I consider Frenzy, and then this one is Rumble, Ravage, and Les Abiques. I'm excited to dig into those. I just haven't had time. It's been a crazy few days. And then Cliff, I finally dug into my boxes. I think I got this a while ago, but I did get that Faker set. So we'll figure that out later. And then I finally did dig into my boxes, and one of our nice listeners sent us something. I don't know if he wants a shout out by name. I should have asked him, but an incredibly generous and a very active member in our group sent me some very generous Christmas presents. Yeah, if anybody notices that, that's some has no talent shit right there.
Oh.
That is a prototype rocket firing Boba Fett.
Macquarie, right?
Wow.
Yeah, Macquarie, yep. The prototype Macquarie Boba Fett. And just the most gorgeous colors ever. Like the real prototype Boba Fett was all white, but the Macquarie one had some dashes of gray. But what I love about Has No Talent is he interprets it as if it was a Kenner figure. You know, this is not what the Macquarie looked like exactly, the color scheme and everything. He interprets them like they were produced in the Kenner line. And so this is just, mwah, I love this. And then now he forced me to buy something else. Because I skipped the prototype Boba Fett from Hasbro. And now I think I need the prototype Boba Fett from Hasbro, because this is a prototype Macquarie Boba Fett. Just absolutely gorgeous. So huge shout out. You know who you are. I always feel I should ask ahead of time. I don't know if people want to be thanked by name or just know that I am amazingly appreciative. And I checked I started open boxes like Cliff made me think. I'm like, yeah, I haven't opened boxes in like 3 weeks, and looking at the postmark, so this was actually sent before Christmas. So if you were worried that I didn't receive it, I did receive it. I just hadn't opened it yet. And thank you so much. That is amazing, because I know how much you spent on it, and I really appreciate it. He thanked us all for what we do and providing these podcasts every 2 weeks for the most part. Said it really helps him get him through his days. So I appreciate that.
That's awesome.
Let's see. World's smallest? No, I don't think it's the world's smallest. I think this is the different one. Like, this is a different company that's producing the world's smallest. Shane, it's yeah. I think it's different from those. It's the micro TVs. So I got Mrs. McFavorite a Friends one. I got Little Miss McFavorite a Back to the Future one, and then I have a South Park one. But it could be. I don't know. Brinkalizer, you actually, yeah, they're fully functioning. Dude, even the combat, you remember combat has like 32 different modes or something like that. All of those different modes are on there. They're not scaled back versions. Yes. Yeah, there you go. See? Brinkalizer's on my side. You cannot articulate the antenna, so that makes it not a toy. I guess one thing you can articulate, though, is the feet. So
they're our world's smallest.
They are world's smallest?
Yeah,
okay.
On the listing on Target.
Okay. So you can articulate the feet on the bottom of the console TV, so
it's articulated, is it?
What?
Almost like an action picture.
Yes, so Brinkalizer's correct. If you can articulate something, it makes it a toy. So it is a toy. But it's not going on my toy tracking thing. All right. Okay, Rock, you ready? You got everything. You got everything coupled. Let me switch you here, and I'll solo lay you out.
Yeah,
it's been a while since I've done one of these, because normally my phone's about to die, my iPad's about to die, the Wi-Fi goes shitty or something. So I'm just going to start off with, for nobody knows what to buy me. Everybody just gives me cash. So this is the Jason Friday the 13th Part 2. But
Part 2.
It's signed by Warrington Gillette, Jason number 2.
Oh, that's dope.
And it's
he was the dude in the... I didn't realize
he is the dude in the latex. He is the unmasked Jason when he's got the face off, when he's got the hood off.
Interesting.
And okay. It's certified autograph, so I know it's authentic, so I was able to look it up before I bought it. My wife gave me money for Christmas, and I wanted to treat myself to something really nice that's out of what I normally buy.
Awesome.
I know
Signed
exactly what
by
this is.
Robert Englund.
Damn right. Willie from B.
Yeah, B in the house.
And it's it's Beckett certified autograph as well. You can mail him something to get autographed. It's $125, and then it's like another $20 for shipping back. For what I paid for this, it was cheaper to just buy one on eBay. It was already autographed. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. This is something I bought because I was trying to upgrade something in my collection. An AFA Yoda 32 pack. And it ended up being that it's a little bit nicer than the one I have, so now I'm just going to sell mine.
And what store is the price tag?
It's a variety store, which is funny because like a couple people messaged me about there's people that collect minimum card Star Wars figures depending on what the price tag is.
Yeah. Yeah, I had heard that.
There's like a whole thing about that.
What's the price? Not just the store, but
Oh,
what's the price?
$1.29.
Of course it is.
$1.29?
$1.29, yeah.
I thought even like the original Star Wars were $1.99.
I
That's
thought
crazy.
$1.99, $2.60. I remember them being $2.69 at Toys R Us, specifically like after Empire.
That's
But it's funny because there
amazing.
must be something with the Yoda figures because I bought this one because it looked better than mine. But this one, the bubble's a little dinged, and it graded a 60, and mine's a 60 also, but mine's unpunched. So now, but they both have a dinged bubble, so whatever the worst rating is what the figure gets graded at. So
Huh.
the card back is a 75, and the bubble's a 60, and the figure's an 85. So it gets a 60 grading. So.
Oh, that's weird. I didn't
But
realize that's how
I
it
got
worked.
that for an absolute steal, so I'm not going to complain. This is something my favorite wrestler of all time. Another thing I treated
Oh,
myself.
very nice.
Roddy Piper, LJN, mint on card.
Toys R Us price tag?
Yeah, Toys R Us price tag. You also got
Clearance price tag?
No, regular price tag. But
That's
somebody
a
throws out
birthday
the price.
party. That's a
Yep.
birthday party.
Oh.
That is a birthday gift. Blackout price.
Yeah. So I know we're going to talk about it in a little bit, but literally I've sold $15,000 worth of stuff on eBay in the last 3 months. So
Oh,
I've
yeah,
been
that's
treating
crazy.
myself to a few things,
Oh, yeah.
and this was one that completed a collection. Mint on card, Andre the Giant, LJN.
Wow.
So the
I
only thing
I don't
sucked-
think I've ever even seen the figure before, let alone on card.
So the price tag must have been on the corner because this guy had a collection, and all 3 were cut in the same spot. And they were, but the thing is, I bought this because I have all the first series figures now mint on card.
Nice.
So, and half of them are autographed.
Oh,
But
God,
Andre is super hard to get mint on card because the weight of the figure.
yeah, it's so heavy.
Yeah, and there's a little hole in the bubble, but you know what? You just don't find them. I mean, it's
Yeah.
from 1985. You just don't find these mint on card. I mean, you can see the difference in the plastic on this bubble compared to Piper. Like Piper's as clear as can be,
Yeah.
and this one is, this one's toast. But that was a big get because now I have one decal that's all LJN.
Was that AFA or just an acrylic case?
No, it's in an acrylic case. Those cases cost me $40 each.
I know those. Fucking joke.
This was a Facebook Marketplace find. A Hasbro ring,
Oh,
complete
wow.
in box.
That is
He had
crazy.
2 of them. Listen to this one. He had 2 of them for $175. The one ring was autographed by the Smoking Guns. I sold that ring for $200. This ring I have on eBay for $500. If I don't sell it, I don't sell it. So while I'm there, I say to the guy, like, "Hey, do you have any other toys?" He's like, "Yeah, I got a bag of GI Joes." He brings out a freezer bag full of figures. I'm like, "What do you want for it?" I'm like, $100. He's like, "Yeah, sure." He reaches into this plastic bag and goes, "Hey, there's another figure in here. Do you want it? Let me know." It was a Droids Josh Tarn figure, which I just sold for like $80 on eBay. But in this bag of figures, it was 43 GI Joes for $100. I got a Keelhaul, Shipwreck, Cover Girl, 2 Refrigerator Perrys, a Shipwreck, and then like a bunch of other miscellaneous ones.
Cool.
And then this was my other big Facebook Marketplace find. I got a full box of Garbage Pail Kids Series 2 unopened 48 packs.
Oh my God.
I paid $1,100 for it.
But you posted, I don't know if it was in the group or on your timeline, that should go for 2,000 easy, right?
2 to 3,000, yeah. And it was one of those things where the guy said he didn't want to deal with eBay, he didn't want to deal with scammers, he didn't want to deal with mailing it, and he wanted cash in hand. And he had multiple people offering him, and I sent him a picture of cash laid out. And I got my Christmas bonus at work. He got $1,800, and then I got him down. He got him to $1,250, and then I got him down to $1,100. I just got my Christmas bonus. I had like $2,000 in cash. I laid out all the $100 bills, and I'm like, I'm ready right now to bring this to you. You let me know when. And money talks and bullshit
Yeah,
walks.
fuck
So,
yeah, it does. Fuck yeah, it
so
does.
I have it on eBay for 2,200. I mean, yeah, I'm looking to sell it, but I also have it in a Facebook group for 1,800. So if I can make a quick 700 for taking a ride to Babylon that took me a half hour and back, I'm fine.
Oh yeah.
If I have to keep it, I keep it. But I know I'll sell it. It's just a matter of time.
Yeah, Series 3 was my sweet spot. Like, that's where I entered the garbage pit. You know, I was old enough. So, Series 3 and 4 are my, like, sweet spots. But
I mean,
does it come with gum?
Oh yeah.
Okay, now, does the gum fuck them up? Because I know with some of the, like, the cardboard, like, baseball and not football, but mostly baseball, that the gum will fuck up the cards. Does that not happen?
It's only there's only one card in every pack that has that spot on it from the gum.
Oh, I see. It's just the first card that the
and
gum's
then
actually
you have
touching.
The back card gets a little messed up from the wax. That's what.
Oh, interesting.
So now that I'm in these garbage pail kid groups, they're like, "Oh, nice roller marks." I didn't even know what that meant, but it must have been the machine that seals the packs. Because some people just said the packs are upgraded. These packs go for $40-$50 each. So, I mean, I don't want to sell the packs individually. I'd rather just sell the whole box. But yeah, I've been buying. I bought so much stuff this week. I mean, this is only like the cream of the crop that I'm showing you. But I got a lot of other shit in the other room. But it's too much to bring half the other room in here. But that's just some of the stuff I've gotten recently.
So is that what you're doing with your time off? You're literally just scouring fucking
I have routes
marketplace.
Like I scour from Facebook Marketplace to OfferUp, and then back to eBay, then to my poker game, and back and forth. And that's how I kill time during the day when I'm not doing physical therapy or,
The other shit
stuff around the house.
I had to. I signed up for OfferUp because I had to report somebody. Somebody on eBay said some dude is selling your Millennium Falcon on OfferUp for $700 using your exact pictures. Wow. And all the one that I have for 4,000 on eBay. And so I had to sign up and report them and shit like that.
Well, that's the big problem is the people. There's just so many scammers out there now with the.
Dude.
Yeah, it's terrible.
It's fucking crazy. All right, let me get you off of. All right. Well, let's go in reverse. We're now back to online. New Black Series protective cases. So these are kind of dope because the new Black Series has that angle cut. But with that angle cut also came along with all the matching artwork on the spines. And so I've seen a lot of people, at least local groups here, saying, oh, I got all my Bad Batch. And it's just a shot of all the spines of the toys in the boxes, which is a little aggravating for somebody that tries to open up everything he gets. But it's a pretty good value, 8-pack for $10. If you don't open your stuff, to me, little plastic cases can make your box display look even better. Like when NECA started doing those the video game versions of the figures, so all those painted, I got sucked into buying boxed versions of all the video games to display with them. And one of the things that was on eBay for super cheap, like $5 was NES plastic covers for the boxed Nintendo games. So I bought those for all of the boxed Nintendo games I had bought. And I think it just makes it look really nice. So if you're a carded or boxed collector, no. And they also have, I didn't realize this, but they have these for the first versions of Black Series and the second version of Black Series and now the third versions as well.
You can't beat that price compared to, I mean, I need to go buy more acrylics tomorrow I have a local guy who sells them. But holy shit, I mean, I paid $25 for an acrylic for a 3 and 3/4
Yeah.
figure. So $2 a piece for those, that's a steal.
Yeah, less than that. Those are 80 cents a piece. I mean, well, if you deal with shipping and all that kind of stuff. So, but yeah, acrylic is always going to be the ideal, in my opinion. You know, new Action Force. These are dope. So we get a Night Ops Steel Brigade figure. And just look at the accessories. I finally opened up all my Action Force stuff that I got, and it's amazing. The accessories, the guns at least, are a little rigid in my opinion. A little too rigid. I like my guns to be a little gummy, to be able to ram into their hands. But Valiverse is really taking this stance that you should be heating up your figures to play with them and stuff. So if you're heating up a hand to stick in a gun, then you probably want that gun to be a lot more rigid. I'm just afraid of snapping one of them. Let's see. This one's kind of dope. The Garrison Cavalry. I love the fucking maroon or dark red with the gray. Trigger. Looks like he's wearing a condom on his head, but hey. They have a new Delta Trooper. So if you're just looking for a guy in green to armor up with all of their accessory packs. New accessory pack, a Delta one. So you get some nice webbing, tactical helmet, backpack, all that fun stuff. Come on, I should have just gone to Valiverse's. This is their new, so they had an Alpha and a Bravo accessory kit. This is their Charlie. So it's nice. The reason why I bought all the accessories and stuff during their Kickstarter was I'm really looking forward to putting some of these more realistic guns in classified figures' hands instead of all the kind of space and futuristic ones they've been giving them.
That's a pretty good deal too, I think, for the money.
Yeah, and the ones they were doing, and this is. I can bet you anything they're cheaper on Valiverse's site because BBTS seems to be marking up everything nowadays. But the accessory packs that I bought that were about the same amount were only $10 during the Kickstarter. So, but again, that was a year and a half ago, so everything's getting a little expensive. We get a new Sarge, so this is kind of cool. So same head sculpt. But you're getting a different body, you're getting a sleeveless body, that kind of stuff.
It's funny, the gun they give him is the same gun I have my WWE slaughter displayed with.
Oh, really? That grenade launcher?
Yeah, it came with one of the Suicide Squad figures from Mattel.
One of the things I never noticed, and probably because it's a BBTS, is they make this accessory pack, the declassified gear pack, to actually make your gung-ho look like gung-ho. I thought that was kind of cool. With that same grenade launcher. And then I think the other big one that wasn't is this, their new... it was Swarm figures. Swarm was the enemy before, and now it's Scarabs. And I'll tell you what, this helmet thing looks amazing. Like, I was kind of like, I can't really make out like what it is, you know? And it's literally just the articulated, it's a universal with a ball hinge at the neck, so it has a ton of movement. But it looks like a head in there, and it's not. It's just the plastic. So I think they did a great job with the engineering of that, kind of making it look like there's a head in there when it's just the translucent plastic over the ball joints. Doon, doon, doon. I think that's it. There might be another one, but let's see. Black Series, talking about prototype Boba Fett. Temporarily out of stock, so it'll come back in. But this was the... And I don't even think it'll be... Oh, no, this is the new box. But this was the prototype armor Boba Fett that was originally a Walgreens exclusive. Now it's going to be an Amazon exclusive, and it sold out like almost immediately after it went up for pre-sale. But it says temporarily out of stock, so we'll probably get another chance at it if you didn't get the Walgreens version.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, me too.
When everyone was going crazy, I was like, isn't this the exact same thing? Like, this is like 6 years old.
No MOTU. Oh.
New.
Holy shit. Wow. Breaking news.
What?
That's fucking crazy.
Oh, no.
So now we've had Betty White, Sidney Poitier, fucking Bob Saget. That's insane.
Peter Bogdanovich.
Who is that? Sorry.
He's the director.
Oh, okay.
He was Elliot Kuppenberg on The Sopranos. He was the shrink that Dr. Melfi went to.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I thought I recognized... Now I remember the announcement, and I was like, that's the dude from Sopranos. And they were saying he was a director. Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, he directed a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
He's also the director in It Chapter 2. He's the director that's directing Mike's movie.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. It's funny, I went and saw that movie with my mom because she's a huge Stephen King fan. I'm like, Mom, that's Peter Bogdanovich.
Oh, well, that's sad. We're watching... So what we do with Little Miss McFavorite is we watch the new remakes of stuff. Like we started watching Doogie McCullough Halla Halla or whatever it is on Disney Plus. They remade Doogie Howser on Disney Plus.
Oh, really?
And it's a girl in Hawaii, but it's the same thing. She's a 16-year-old that's a doctor, all that kind of shit. And so we started watching that. She loved it. So now we're watching the original Doogie Howser. We watched Fuller House, and now we're watching Full House. And so, that's going to be really sad now, seeing we still have a season left of it.
I saw Bob Saget in concert. It was like a big Opie and Anthony, the virus. It was like Bill Burr, Louis C.K., all kinds of people like that. He was the headliner. And me and my wife had no idea that he was an absolutely filthy comedian.
Oh, you did? Oh, yeah.
No,
see, I don't remember
like
when
I just didn't know I just figured Bob Saget, Full House guy, and his first few jokes were about child rape and all kinds of shit. And there were jokes about the Olsen twins, and I was like, holy shit. I was laughing. But me and my wife I was not expecting that. But he was really funny live.
And he directed Dirty Work, that Norm Macdonald movie.
Oh, that was a good movie.
Yeah. I think I originally found out that he was so dirty on that documentary, The Producers, where they talk about that joke, and everybody said, yeah, The Aristocrats, yep. Oh, maybe the documentary was called The Aristocrats, but...
I know that's the joke. I don't know what the documentary is called.
Yeah. It was crazy to hear everybody say, like, Bob Saget's the king of that joke, Do you know what the Aristocrats is, Rock?
I've heard of it, but I know that joke, though.
It's just a joke.
It's the one with the daughter's fucking the father and the father.
Well, the joke is always different. The punchline is, what do you call yourselves? We're the Aristocrats. But what they do is always different.
Yeah, it's like this normal, you lead into this normal joke, and then every comedian takes it in their own direction to make it as awful as they possibly can.
So I remember
And then,
Gilbert
yeah.
Godfrey telling it, and it was the most horrific,
Yeah.
like incestuous kind of joke. And then the father's fucking the daughter, and then the daughter's first strap on is fucking the mother. Yeah, with that voice, with the squinting eyes.
That impression was spot on.
Yeah, that's a great Godfrey, dude.
I actually seen him. My wife won tickets. We saw him live too. He's like, you won't believe it. I just got back from Africa. He goes, you used to be able to leave your blanket out on the beach, leave all your money there, and you'd come back and it'd be twice what was there originally. Now it's all gone. He's like, you won't believe it. It's all black now. And I was like, what? And it was like a Chinese restaurant we saw. It was like a dive of a comedy place. It was just, but my wife couldn't stand his voice. I'm like, you won tickets to this. Like, you didn't have to go. I was dying. I love Gilbert Godfrey, but he's another one that got canceled. But he was like one of the first people that got canceled. It was over he made a tweet about some kind of natural disaster.
Yeah, the tidal wave in Okinawa. Something like they say,
Philippines, maybe.
Something about your new wife will float by or something, and then he got canceled.
Oh.
And then Affleck replaced him with a guy who sounds exactly like him.
Oh yeah, because he was a fucking. All right, let's get back to this.
Yeah, before I get canceled.
New MOTU. So we get some of the toy the kitty stuff that we don't care about, but let's see, where did we get? Oh, here we go. The next wave. So Sunman, a very great story behind that. A mom customized a He-Man action figure back in the day for her son because there were no black action figures, and Mattel has gone on to make an actual official Sunman figure. And then Origins Clawful. And then, oh yeah, baby, the Horde Trooper, one of my favorite figures of all time, and an Anti-Eternia He-Man. So we're going to get a black He-Man, a literally black He-Man.
Yeah, like Onyx black.
Yeah, exactly.
Slate black, whatever you want to call it. Like how much more black can he be? The answer is none. None more black.
No pictures yet, but you can see the overpriced Big Bad Toy Store prices. $16.99 in stores, $18.99 on Big Bad Toy Store.
Just to counter that one bit though, they do offer that $4 shipping for that whole pile of loot. Do you know how much money they must lose when they ship your package? So I feel like if they're tacking on $2 per figure, it's just kind of offsetting their shipping, because let me tell you, shipping has gotten absolutely outrageous.
Yeah, it is. So it is fucking crazy.
Think about when they send you by FedEx or UPS that big giant box. I sent the box to New Jersey. It cost me $170. It weighed 30 pounds, and it was $170. I almost could have drove it to New Jersey for less.
It was that USPS?
Yeah, UPS. UPS.
Oh, it was UPS.
UPS. It sent a 3-foot-high box that weighed 30 pounds, and it cost me $170 for ground. I
bet it's the size then, not the weight. Because some of the heavier stuff I've shipped, I'm getting half. It's half as expensive through UPS as it is through the post office when it's really heavy. Like the post office seems to be hedging their bet on weight, and like once you get over like 7 pounds, they want $50 or more. You know?
I shipped a wrestling ring. You see the size of this? It's like 17 by 17 by 4. The box I shipped it was in a 17 by 17 by 6. I shipped this to Austin, Texas. How much do you think that was by UPS? It weighed 2 pounds.
Well, see, But UPS by weight is very expensive for light things. So by light things, I would say that was $24.
It was $40 by the post by UPS, and by the post office priority, that was $50.
Are you fucking kidding
No,
me?
that's what I'm saying. I do the old fashioned, like I measure my box, and I put it in the measurements, and I put in the weight, and I don't buy my shipping off eBay or print it off Pirate Ship or whatever. I do old fashioned way, and literally that box was $40 through UPS.
Oh my god, dude.
Yes.
Cliff's like, I'm glad I don't sell toys.
Yeah, no shit. But I will say I still pre-order every Origins figure off BBTS because Origins, man, like
they're the only one that'll do individual and do the pile of loot and do the $4 shipping. Because that's what I've switched almost everything over to Dork Side for like all my Super 7 and all of my Transformers and Star Wars. I've switched over to Dork Side, but they don't carry fucking He-Man over there. It's just obviously something they're not into, so they don't carry it.
But even too, like the $2 extra per figure, isn't that worth the peace of mind of not having to drive?
It is. No, that's exactly right. That's why.
And the frustration.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, that's why I still order them. I pre-ordered all of those that we talked about. 2 Horde Troopers and an anti-Eternia. Clawful, I'm not a big fan, and Sunman, I love the story behind it, but don't really have a connection to it. So
I just think it looks cool. I love that fucking.
Oh, see, I don't like that. The weird, goofy, like Mayan wing thing off
I
of
like
his...
it just because it's so goofy. It's just weird. Like, it's
I
cool.
guess that's
you know,
true.
it's just, that's what I love about He-Man. It's just so weird.
I actually got that book today that was released by Dark Horse, the Pixel Dan book that has all the figures.
Oh shit, man,
my
it's
god,
awesome.
750 pages. That thing is amazing.
And there's an addendum to it that you could only buy directly from him, which would make the price like double what it was on Amazon.
It wasn't double. It was only like $20.
I was thrilled with the book. I paid $35 for DCBS for it. I'm thrilled with it. It was an amazing book.
This is the addendum.
And how many pages is that?
It is about 165.
And what does it include? It's been so long since I even
it is
ordered mine.
It's a character guide and world compendium.
All right.
So it's really just like, it's all kinds of stuff. It's like different minerals, different weapons. Like, it's...
All right, Cliff, your homework's to scan it and send it to me by email.
The time involved in that, could you imagine?
I'm just kidding.
I'd rather just sit here and let you read each page.
Oh shit!
I'll be honest, I haven't looked at it. The bigger one, I put it in the bathroom because that's what I read when I'm in the bathroom. It's awesome. I'm not even halfway through it, and I've had it for like a year.
There's so many toys. I only went through the original Mattel line. There's so many things I never saw before, like the scuba set for Skeletor to wear. I was like, what the hell is this? The Tyrannosaurus Rex that I'm like, I never saw so much of this stuff.
I have the Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Oh, you have? Wow, that's awesome.
I have a Tyrannosaurus Rex and a Bronta, I have 2 of the dinosaurs. I don't remember which 2. The Tyrannosaurus
I was going to say...
Rex, I do have the Tyrannosaurus Rex, and then I have the green one, the Brontops, right?
Well, no, I think the green... Isn't the green one the Triceratops? Because the Brontosaurus, I thought that was just a concept one.
Oh, no, yeah, it's the Triceratops. You're right. Hold on, I'll find the picture.
Yeah, the Brontosaurus was a concept one that never came out, as far as I remember. But
yeah, that book's amazing.
All right. While you thumb through that, we're going to go on to Transformers Legends. First up, Newage. They announced their Mirage, and of course, in all the different configurations. So we get cartoon Mirage, we get toy Mirage, we get Diaclone Mirage, we get clear black and white Mirage, we get clear colored Mirage. And I know there's people out there that just buy everything they produce, and I'm just like, they release a character, again, a 3.5-inch character, and they release 5 versions, so you're in for $300 for a 3.5-inch figure. Whew. Crazy. Did you find it, Cliff?
I did. It's on the middle shelf in this picture. Yeah, you're right. It's the Triceratops and then the Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Oh, okay. That's fucking awesome, dude. Yeah, those are grail pieces for me that I shouldn't say never be able to afford. That I will not make the money to be able to afford for them. But
my friend just gave them to me. They were in a big lot. Like he just, he's like, "Here, I don't want these. I know you like He-Man. Take them, nerd." Like,
are they complete, or are they just the characters themselves?
No, they're complete. Like the Tyrannosaurus Rex has like a spiked wheel that comes out of his stomach, something like that.
Yep.
Yeah, it's got that.
Awesome. Hell yeah. Okay. Magic Square came out with a couple new releases as well. They get their Trailbreaker or Trailblazer and Perceptor. This Trailbreaker is amazing. Like, if I had to go back and do things, I think I would have bought into Magic Square wholeheartedly. But we'll be seeing a Trailbreaker and Mech Fans Toys soon, because they just announced their hoist.
What is he, like a pickup truck with like the little like cab cover?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like an extended
Bed
Tano.
cover?
Yeah, exactly. So this Perceptor's looking pretty good. Let's look at his microscope. Yeah. Looks about as good as you can expect Perceptor to look. And then, let's see here. Like I say, for Mech Fans Toys, they release their hoist. So if you're gonna get a hoist, we're gonna get a Trailbreaker soon afterwards, because they're kind of the mold mates. And just, like we say, we talked about this on the last episode, why I'm in for Mech Fans Toys and not the other ones. So those other ones were $50 to $60. He's $35 and comes with a shit ton more accessories. Comes with the Sun Key or whatever it was from the Constructicon episode where they turn hoist bad. He's got his bucket and his little crane claw.
It's definitely, I feel like, a better value for the money compared to the other one, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I haven't had either of them in my hand, so I don't know quality-wise, but it seems like it's better price. And I could deal with $35 for that.
Yeah, so the only comparison I have is I have the Soundwave from all three, and the Soundwave I have is not quite, it's not considered Mech Fans Toys. It's Hot Soldiers, but there's all this controversy over there, the same company, blah blah blah. But the quality difference, in my opinion, is not there to justify. I mean, one thing, even with Mech Fans Toys, like, this would have been a $25 figure 2 years ago, and now it's a $35 figure. So it's kind of hard. I just ordered Wreck-Gar, the Mech Fans Toys Wreck-Gar, and it was $40. So now they're kind of getting closer to that Magic Square and Newage that are anywhere from 40 to 60 depending, you know. Well, now it's like minimum of 50, but I think it's getting negligible at this point. It's kind of like whoever you have the most of, whatever style you like the best of, whatever engineering you like the best of, that's what you should roll with. But yeah, I mean, if this is something I have the original version, this is the metallic version. But I mean, a six changer transformer, that kind of stuff for $45.
It's not bad at all.
Yeah. And I think I probably got mine for 40 if I'm remembering correctly. But so yeah, I'm always going to be a Mech fan.
Yeah, I haven't bought any of the G1, the knockoffs from China since the pandemic started, but I've been looking lately because there's a couple I want. They've even raised the price on those. They used to be like 55. Now they're 65.
Wow.
I mean, I know the price of shipping from China's gone way up, so
Yeah.
I get it. I mean, everything's gone up.
All right, so this is the Brinkalizer question that got asked on the last show. It really was directed at you, Rock. He even said it during the show, commented during the show. So the payment provider thing's a 1099K, which I don't know what the K means. I don't know if that means it's a full-on income, because if you're getting taxed on full-on income, it's anywhere from 30 to 48% or something like that. So it used to be $20,000 a year or 200 individual transactions would put you into this tier where they would report back to you. So he's asking if it's going to change any of our selling, our approaches to selling in the new year. When we were talking about it, someone chimed in the chat and just said, "Oh, this got defeated." But now we know that it was part of the Build Back Better fucking thing that passed. And like you say, I don't like to get in too much into politics. Rock, you and I, we have different views on it. But it was fucking the Democrats that put this in. It was their whole plan. Some of the descriptions I've read was to make sure people that were selling drugs through online payment systems got taxed. But who the fuck sells weed and has people pay through goods and services? So some of the details here before we get into the talk is, so this only affects goods and services, which I saw people online saying, "Oh, Venmo doesn't have that." Bullshit. They introduced it at the end of the year. Venmo now does have personal and business transactions. So this won't account for anything sent friends and family, but it will be for goods and services. So if you sell on a service like eBay, and I assume OfferUp or Macari all of those use the business side of these payment platforms, whether you consider yourself a business or not. People were I went through a lot of different chat groups, and people are like, "Well, I have a personal PayPal account, so this doesn't apply to me." And no, it's how you accept the funds, and marketplaces don't allow you to change how you accept the funds. So anything you sell on eBay above $600 per year is going to get a fucking 1099K. And again, I don't know what that, like, if that's just a regular 1099 where you're going to get payroll tax on it or not. I don't know if anybody knows the difference on that, but anyways, Rock, let's hear your thoughts on
Okay.
this since you weren't
So
on the last show.
the first thing is I did my research about it. This was put into the act when everybody started getting the stimulus checks. This was something they slipped into it. Now, I'm not going to get into politics about it, but I'm just going to say one thing. The government handed out a lot of free money for a long time to a lot of people. Now, let's just face the facts. If you're giving away endless amounts of money, where's this money coming from? You need to figure out a revenue source where you're going to get it from. Up until only a few years ago, eBay didn't even charge sales tax. Remember
Yeah.
that?
Oh
And then
God.
once sales tax started, I was like, oh shit, now I'm paying an extra 9% on everything I'm buying. So
Yeah.
now just think about, like, if I'm a seller, like, let's just take, for instance, that Boba Fett figure. I finally sold my AFA Boba Fett. I paid $882 for it 4 years ago. I sold it for $3,500. After
Nice.
fees, I only got $2,900. So I made $2,100. Now, if I have to pay tax on the profit of $2,100, now I'm going to pay 30 something percent. I'm only going to make $1,400 on a $4,000 figure. So meanwhile, I told my wife, I go, I'm kind of kicking myself. I go, I sold this figure on eBay for 3,500. I could have sold it through Facebook because then people wouldn't have had to pay. I could have sold it much cheaper on Facebook because of the fees. Like if I
Yeah.
would have put that figure on Facebook for $3,000 or 3,200, I would have sold it much quicker than selling on eBay for 3,500. Plus, the people whoever bought it doesn't have to pay sales tax. So the guy who bought that figure, not only did he pay 3,500, he paid sales tax. He paid another 300 and change. Then all
Yeah.
the money I lost in fees. If that guy would have bought that off me on Facebook Marketplace, he would have paid almost a $800-900 less. So now I'm changing my strategy on I'm buying more thing collections through Facebook Marketplace. I'm paying with a credit card. So when I do, because I know I'm going to have to declare this income, I am going to specifically show this is what I've been buying, this is what I sold it for. But I'm also going to be like what I used to do before Trump changed the tax codes. I used to be able to write off my cell phone. I used to be able for like internet use for researching at work. I used to be
Mhm.
able to write off a lot of things. They did away with those write-offs. Now you have a bigger standard deduction. But now I'm going to deduct. You know what? I have one room in my house. I do all my listing and my
Mhm.
packing. I have another room in my house that's storage. The car, I'm going to keep track of my mileage and my gas, depreciation, wear and tear. If it's 55 cents a mile that I'm driving to go buy something, I'm going to use my, I'm going to keep track of my mileage, go to the post office, my, every time I go to Home Depot, my packing supplies. So now I'm going to have to try to just build up as much write-offs against what I'm selling. So
Yeah.
really, it's going to cost me money with the accountant, but I'd rather give the money to the accountant than give it to the government over this, because it's bullshit. But I get it. It is income. So my stance has kind of changed on. I'm pissed about it, but now I'm just gonna. I feel like I'm being penalized for hustling, but
Yeah.
it's that's. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I see some of the same people at the post office all the time, and you kind of bullshit with people when there's a long line. There's a lady I talked to. She goes to the outlet centers by us. There's a, most people have those big outdoor shopping centers with all the name brand stores, and she told me she goes to North Face, and like my wife goes to Michael Kors. She buys pocketbooks 70% off retail. So you
Mhm.
could hustle by just buying those and selling them. So the lady told me she sells on Poshmark and Macari. She goes to North Face. She scans everything there. She scans and sees what it's selling for. Oh, this jacket's selling for $115. I could buy it for 35. She buys the whole rack of jackets. And
It's
she goes to the
crazy.
Nike store. She starts scanning sneakers. Oh, if she could make a decent amount of money on it, and that's all she does. She goes to all the different stores looking for things. And I appreciate her hustle because one day, like, I held the door for her. She dropped her boxes. And another time, it's like, oh, we've all been there. You're walking in the post office carrying a lot of boxes and you drop them and somebody else pick them up. You see the same people. And, like, we form a friendship, a bond over the people you meet. Like, same thing like when you go toy shopping, you see the same people hunting. And there's a lot of people that do this side hustle that aren't just toys. There are a lot of people that are doing it with clothes and sneakers and goods like that. And you're hurting the people that are middle class that are hustling. And
Yeah.
I get it. It is income. But to me, I enjoy it, and I enjoy making money to either buy something else, or my main focus has been putting all this money into the pool. But it's just like I feel like I'm being penalized for hustling by buying somebody's wrestling figures and selling them for more money because I know what's worth what. It really it's a punch in the gut in a way, but it's just like, what am I going to do about it? Like, it's the government. You can't fight the government. You're never going to win.
Yeah.
And it's really annoying that like now I'm getting into antiquing and buying, like, because the house is a lot of it's farmhouse themed. And when I go to these craft fairs and you see people selling like handmade artisanal shit, and they have a phone and they have that little reader on it. Now, if that person sells $600 more in the year, they're gonna have to report everything. It's just like, come on, what is enough of the government reaching into our pockets for every little nickel and dime? It's just, it gets to a point. It's frustrating, and you see why people completely fuck the government and work off the books and collect unemployment and do everything, because you try to do things right and they fuck you, so you might as well try to fuck them back as hard as you can. It's a shame.
Yeah, I agree. And I didn't even, like I say, the last show we dismissed it like, oh, it didn't pass. Well, yeah, it did pass. And what we were talking about pre-show was I buy two of everything, and that's because I know, I can at least sell something for my cost,
And then
on
you're shipping
eBay.
for free that way.
Yeah, exactly. And now it's going to cost me fucking 30 to 40% to sell it. So now on anything that I bought for cost that I thought I could sell for cost is going to cost me a ton of fucking money. So yeah, I think it's going to be this kind of huge revolution of moving to doing things in person, and people just accepting that a lot of people are going to just require friends and family now, when doing the transactions.
But the thing is,
So,
I see constantly on friends and families, people that they sell something, they join a group like you were talking about before with the mass stuff. Somebody
hmm
joins a group, sells something that's an incredible deal, and then they go, "Hey, have you heard from XYZ Smith? He's ghosted me on PMs. I asked him for a tracking number. It's been 30 days now. Admin, what can you do to help me?
yeah,
How did you send payment? I said to PayPal friends and family.
because
Sorry,
that's what you're
rookie.
told.
That's the number one rule. If the price is too good to be true, you said friends and family, you're screwed." And I see it 100 times a day on Facebook. I'm in
Yeah.
like 50 toy groups. Cliff, do you see the same thing? With
Yeah.
people saying, "Oh yeah, friends and family, you got ghosted, rookie. What do you think happened to you? You got scammed."
Yeah, and I think it's a thing where you need to build a reputation. Anytime I've been selling something, and I'm like, let's do friends and family. Hey, I run this podcast. Go look at this podcast. It's been around for 12 years. I'm not just some guy that found something in my attic. I'm a fucking collector. I'll make it right to you. But yeah, I mean, that makes it really hard, even on like TFW and stuff like that, like traditional message boards, they would have reference posts where if you sold something, you ask somebody to go, hey, write me a reference on this post. So then when you're selling something, you can say, hey, go look at this post, and it's all the people I've sold from that got their shit, timely manner. I communicate, it's like a feedback post on these boards,
Well,
but
that's why I always, when I sell something on Facebook, I put, "Look, I've been on eBay since 1999. Here's my profile. Look me up. There's a reference." And normally, whatever I'm selling on Facebook, you'll see it on eBay for much more money. It
yeah,
just, to me, it's just like, now I think about it. If I buy something that's a good deal, like, all right, take for instance this. Okay, this Yoda, I paid $242 with shipping was 260 something. Oh, with tax like 280. I have it for 599.
hmm
Okay, so I'll still make a good amount of profit on this. But now a lot of things aren't going to be worth flipping. Like, it's really going to take it out of the people that go to Target and buy a NECA Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. Like, for that, if you have to pay 40% taxes on top of eBay fees, there's no meat left on the bone
yeah,
anymore.
yeah, no, yeah, you're losing
So
money,
I
and
think
so
it's more
maybe it's a
fun
good thing
helping.
for our hobby.
I
You
think it's
know?
going to help on stuff like that, but I think it's either going to raise the price of collectibles or I don't know. It's just I know it's going to really hurt to think that I'm going to lose 30% profit now to a person that has
Oh no,
nothing to
I
do with
know.
my hospital.
That's what I'm saying. Well, and what's crazy is because you were even talking about paying taxes on, like, okay, here's what I paid for it, here's what it sold for it, then I'm going to pay the taxes on that profit. Like, that's a whole nother thing. Is they're going to send you a 1099 on the full amount, and then you're going to have to do the math to say, well, I paid this much for it, so I didn't make 20,000 last year, I made 8,000. But then if you were to ever get audited, you're going to have to show where you paid $12,000 for the stuff you sold for 20,000. So now it's, and luckily, like, I keep a running transaction of everything. So when I sell a figure for $33 that I paid $25 for, it'll be kind of easy for me to show that difference. But then I have to fucking do the math on that. I have to do it, if I do what I'm saying I'm going to do this year and sell 1,000 toys, then I have to do the fucking math on 1,000 toys
And
just
then
to show.
they even want people that have garage sales. Now, I mean, think about if you're at a garage sale, you sell furniture, and somebody's like, hey, man, can I, like, especially the younger people. I sold almost all my furniture at my other house when I moved into this one. It was all cash, but there was younger people that want to be like, you take Venmo? I don't even know what the fuck Venmo is. And Zelle? I don't know what Zelle is either. I'm not on TikTok.
Oh, you're old.
It's like, you might as well give me a fraction of a Bitcoin because I don't know, you know what I mean?
My sister made me sign up for Zelle, dude. It's just like PayPal.
Zelle is the
Chase.
banker's choice.
Oh, okay.
It's like what all the banks use. Like with my bank account, I have a free Zelle account, and you said yours is through Chase.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I have
Zelle is like the
Bank of
one
America.
that they gave to all the bankers. And Venmo used to be this thing. It was a social network. Like, I could literally, I sold somebody a lift ticket at the base of a mountain one time. And because I sold them it's all super social. So I could see them sending money to friends for dinner. Like, they got put in this like social timeline where I could see when they, and this was just some random dude at the fucking mountain that I did this. And now they put all kinds of privacy where you can turn all that shit off. But it used to just be a no fees way of transferring money. Well, now they have a business and they have a personal. So you have to choose, and you get protected with business and not with personal, just like PayPal. But to your point is, if you sell anything for a loss, you don't have to include it. But again, you have to be able to show proof if you get audited. You have to be able to say, I bought this couch 9 years ago and sold it for less, and then it doesn't get counted.
Depreciation on
Yeah,
something.
exactly.
It's like everything. I mean, my big joke, like even Peter's always said, like, I looked at a lot of my toys as investments. Things like a stormtrooper, a mint on card stormtrooper. They showed every year raised like 10% in value because the stormtrooper is just the quintessential character. It's never going to go. It's never going to be like
me.
People want stormtroopers, but like, I never thought, like, I'm scared shitless I'm going to get a letter in the mail from eBay saying, hey, Rock, your sales last year were 20-something thousand. And I'm like, I'm going to have to come up with $4 or $5 grand in money to pay. Like,
you're going to have to fucking report that as income.
Might push me to the next tax bracket or something, you know what I mean? And I'm like, this is from me just selling. Like, I found so much shit in my basement, the Marilyn Manson t-shirts and the memorabilia and all the old basketball cards and all the stuff I was selling. I sold a Korn condom. Remember the rock band Korn?
Yeah.
I went to a concert. They were giving out K-Rock. They had K-Rock in LA, but K-Rock in New York. It looked like a matchbook. It had Korn on it, and inside was a rubber. And it said, listen to K-Rock in these hours. I sold that for $50 the other day. It was something I found in my other house. It's a condom for $50. Now I was thinking about, well, I have to pay tax on this. I'm like, it's mind blowing, but it's just, I'm like I said, I'm just dreading that day for any people that do what I do, that you're just going to get a tax, a thing to add to your income with no tax taken out of it, and you're going to be like, oh my god, I just got to add 20,000 my gross income, and I have no. What am I going to do?
Yeah.
So,
to me, and I hate to say this live because it might be used against me in a fucking audit someday, is I'm going to see how this year goes, and I just may not report it, and just roll that dice on a fucking audit, because that's a lot of the talk is like, this will cause audit flags on 10 times more people than it would ever have. And right now they only audit 1% of people that get flagged, so now it's going to be 0.1%. And so do you just roll that fucking dice?
I mean, I'm going to tell you a story what happened with me. Let me think. 2002 was the first house I had built, and it was the last year I did the easy form. I used to do my taxes myself because it was just simple. Me and my wife, we had no deductions at the time. I looked at the wrong chart. If you made between X amount, that's your tax for the year. They didn't catch it till about a year and a half later on the easy form, that mistake. And it was a $600 difference in what I should have paid in taxes. I got hit with the $600 I owed, the fines, late fees, and taxes. I mean, penalties were more than double the original $600. All because I made a simple mistake, and that was just easy form mistake. So I mean, it was like a $1,300 total I had to pay, and I was mailing them like $100 a month. And then once my tax return was due, they took what I owed them and sent me the rest
off. Yeah.
But can you imagine if they do something like this, where it's hey, you sold that much worth of toys, and you should have paid this, and they don't catch it for how many years down the line, and then there's fees and interest and penalties. Like, it's something where you have to take out a second mortgage to pay something off. It's scary. It's very scary. But the other thing too is how much enforcement. There's so many problems in the world right now between this, disease, the pandemic, everything else going on, inflation, border, whatever, international issues. How are they really gonna be screwed? Those fucking fat guys selling toys on the internet.
Are they still recording?
That's what I'm wondering. Like, with all the problems in the world, do they have that many IRS agents that really worry about us? Or are they going to be worrying about Elon Musk kind of people that are billionaires? You know what I mean? Like, really, who are they going to come after?
Yeah.
You.
Probably.
Yeah, I was going to say, probably
guy.
me.
The little guy.
Yeah. Well, and that's the whole thing. They run these statistics on audits and stuff like that, and fucking 9 times out of 10, it's people that make from 30 to 80,000, is who they actually fucking audit. And it's just like, Jesus. Okay.
Here's a nice little message from, I've never seen this guy before, Clint Allison. That's a nice message. Loves the podcast. Slick, he wants you to shout out on you.
What up, Clint? Welcome. Senpai. I don't get the senpai.
I don't know what that is either. I just assumed it was.
Now I gotta Google the word here.
I mean, Jason, I remember you bought that big Star Wars collection and you didn't get a chance to sell it, and now now you have the free time and you're gonna sell it. But now it's like, don't you feel like, God? It's like it's like a gut punch now. But at least you still have the meat on the bone on those, even with the profit for what you paid. But it's taken a nice chunk though.
Oh yeah, no, I mean it is a huge fuck you to me, at least, and because that's how I expected to pay for my next year, because I'm still working on my app, and the biggest thing was to get toys out of the house, and so now, I mean, it literally, I used to worry about selling things on eBay because they would take 13% with fees, and now I got to worry about it's going to be an extra 30 to 40%. I mean, I am gonna go completely friends and family. I'm gonna go crazy on Instagram, crazy on Marketplace, and all that kind of shit.
Oh, and here's another thing too. So that Yoda figure, right? Like, you know, you said people are interested in your item, you can send them an offer. I sent out offers for $550. I had a guy write me this morning. He's in Spain. He's like, "Hey, I'd like to buy this figure. Would you take? I would offer you 500." He was, "My problem is, it's $180 in fees and shipping to have this figure shipped to Spain.
Yeah, with the
I'm looking to
global
ship that
shipping
figure
program.
for $9, $12 priority."
Yeah.
Now think about these foreign buyers. Like, can you imagine, like, what we're dealing with? They have to pay a 25% tax on everything they buy,
yeah.
on top of what they're paying, plus the crazy shipping. Like, from what I understand, eBay shipping, I thought, for me as a seller, I love it. These people all hate it, but apparently it must be pretty expensive. I know, like, to ship Roger, like a small package, it's $40 to send like one figure.
Yeah, like Roger doesn't get Christmas goodies like you guys do, because it would be $40 to ship him $4 worth of snacks.
I ate the shit out of that. I ate shit
I
out
have
of that trail
to
mix.
go, but because the COVID was in my house, I didn't ship anything. But yeah, it's crazy to think about, like, international. Like, now it's like, now I feel like I know what international people go for. It's like, it was bad enough now, like with eBay, they take the money out, like they take it out of every transaction now. It used to be at the end of the month they'd hit you with that bill.
Yeah,
now
that
they take
one.
it out of every item, so it doesn't hurt as bad. But now it's like, I miss those days when me and Lotus used to laugh about the free money. Like, it's completely changed now. Like, that PayPal used to be my free money, and now it's like, boy, it is not free money no more.
No, that's exactly right. All right, so senpai is interesting. In formal use, senpai can refer to anyone's who attention you want to get. That could be someone you admire or want to be friends with, or someone you want to be interested in romantically.
Boom,
I love that.
Like,
that's
because you're all mysterious in the dark.
Dude, I love that fucking use of vocabulary. Clint, welcome, man. I'm glad you're with us. Okay, we're in another point where I literally cannot hold my bladder. This ice house is just fucking cutting through me.
I just want to add one last thing. Go after the people on OnlyFans showing their twats and pussies. Go after them and their cock and balls.
Well, I think they already do, don't they? Yeah, I mean, I think
know somebody
OnlyFans is been 1099. Yeah, I think OnlyFans has always been 1099.
They make a hell of a lot more money than me.
I would like to just say that I have no problem with sex workers. I enjoy you. I appreciate you. I see you. Keep it on.
Hey, they can keep on doing what they're doing. Just tax their buttholes. That's all. You want to see that brown eye? Make sure Uncle Sam's getting their 40% for seeing it.
Hey, Rock, have you watched Cobra Kai?
Yes.
All right, Slick, go to the bathroom. I'm going to talk to Rock about Cobra Kai.
What, are we talking season 4?
Yeah.
Oh, because I'm only an episode in. Okay, I'm taking my headphones off. If you guys run out of Cobra Kai stuff to talk about, have you guys both seen the first 2 episodes of Book of Boba?
Yeah.
Okay. That's the next thing to talk about. So if you run out of Cobra Kai, the next thing in the show notes is Book of Boba. And I will be right back.
All right. What'd you think?
It was crazy. They did Priest dirty at the end.
Dude, Priest has done nothing but do everyone else dirty for 3 seasons.
I know, but he started to change his heart though. He started turning. Man, that Terry Silver, he starts off this meek guy eating his vegan shit, and then all of a sudden he turns savage.
Well, I love Karate Kid 3. I think Karate Kid 3 is actually quite a bad movie, but I love him in Karate Kid 3 because he's like a cartoon character. And then I love how he's like, listen, man, I did a lot of coke.
He went through such a character transformation in those episodes. It was amazing.
Oh, dude,
he went from like, and I knew he was just going to try to steal Cobra Kai away from Kreese. I'm like, God damn.
What they've done is they've really turned this into like mythology. Like, it really, Cobra Kai is the Sith, and it's always like the helper comes in, like Johnny brought Kreese in because he felt bad for him. And then Kreese took over Cobra Kai from Johnny and kicked Johnny out. And then Kreese brought in Silver, and then Silver usurped Kreese.
When Silver beat the shit out of that guy, I'm like, oh my god, he's a maniac. He's just beat the shit out of this guy. And then when you find out the Sensei Kreese beat, I was like, what?
Yeah.
Spoilers, everybody, but oh my god, it was awesome.
Yeah, dude, I loved it. I loved the season. It's such a good show. It's crazy how good it is. It's no right to be this good.
How the kids, like, you could see how much they aged in such a short amount of time. Like, what's the one that got paralyzed last season?
Miguel.
Miguel. He didn't even look like the same kid. He got so much.
His neck, dude. His neck is huge now.
Yeah, and even the other, I mean, they all have different hairstyles, but like Daniel LaRusso's daughter still look the same, but a lot of the other ones, the
son looks like a 40-year-old man. Like Daniel.
I thought it was a different actor. I thought they changed actors, and my wife's like, "No, it's the same person." I'm like, "Oh,
yeah."
It was a good. The writing on that show was very good. I like how they kind of tie up a lot of loose ends and the circle's complete and stuff. So I really like what they're doing with that show.
I can't wait. I can't wait to see Barnes next season. All right, we're good.
Brink, see Karate Kid 3. It's
we
on.
good?
I think
okay.
It's on.
I was gonna say I'm gonna put my headphones back on, and I started reading the comments. I'm like, oh shit, might be spoilers in there, but no, I know Silver is in this one.
Well, they said it in the last season. He calls a guy up. And
yeah, exactly. And it's been in all the promotions and stuff. But the first episode, I think we're only one episode in, maybe two, but I love that he was like, this is ridiculous. You know, you're talking like we almost killed a teenager because of this. And then,
high school karate championship.
Yeah, but then he still fucking talks him into like, you want to be a pussy your whole life, you know? And he's like, you're right. I don't want to be a pussy. But, okay. All right, anyway, so if that wasn't enough warning for Cobra Kai spoilers, now we're going to get into some Book of Boba spoilers. And the only other thing for the show is G1 theme done with traditional Chinese instruments, which we can't play for you anyways because it's fucking on YouTube, but it's really cool if you like traditional Chinese instruments to listen to that G1 theme. So if you haven't seen Book of Boba, sign off. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you. Peace. All right. For everybody else that's seen Book of Boba, Brinkalizer, I thought that it was interesting that he had never seen Karate Kid 3, so the character was totally new for him.
You gotta watch it. Terry Silver in Karate Kid 3 is a maniac.
And it's just the most awful movie you've ever seen. I mean, it is. Good. Yeah, no, I know. No, it's awful in a good way.
Like, there's a scene in Karate Kid 3, without spoiling anything, where, like, Daniel gets dangled off a cliff because he doesn't want to sign up for a high school karate championship. Like, it's like, what the fuck is going on? Like, why are you dangling this child from a cliff?
I saw that in the theater. Do you remember back in the day when you had like the dollar movie theater?
Yeah.
Like a movie that used to be in the theater like 3 months ago. We saw it in the dollar theater. I remember like after that movie I wanted to grow a ponytail. And I started and I never did and I got cut off.
My grandpa took me, my brother, and my sisters to see Karate Kid 3. Like, and it was like, even as a kid, I was like, what is going on? Like,
yeah.
But yeah, as an adult, I love
spoil it for Brink, but yeah. Go watch it. I'm pretty sure it's on Prime.
It's wonderful.
It's on Prime or Peacock. It's on one of them.
It's as bad as Karate Kid is good. Like,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, we tried to get Little Miss McFavorite to watch the new Karate Kid. And God, just made my heart grow 3 sizes bigger that day. She was like, nothing can ever beat the original Karate Kid. Why would we watch a remake of it?
Okay, so Karate Kid came out, what, 84 or 85?
84.
84, okay. I was 10 years old, and I joined karate because I thought, like, everything you saw on screen had to be real. So I joined Taekwondo, and man, I don't know if I want to do it with the headset on. I can still remember my kata. And then I wanted to fight. I wanted to spar. And they were like, no, that's not, you have to do the kata. And I'm like, I just fucking front kick, and it's front kick, turn, front kick, and do all this shit. And I can still remember my kata from when I was 10 years old. And I only did it for a few months because once they wouldn't let me fight anybody, I dropped it. But my son couldn't believe I still remembered it. I'm 46 years old. And I can still do my full kata. So I can only imagine, like, I wish I would have stuck with it a little bit more. But from there, I joined Greco-Roman wrestling because I thought I was going to be like, big giant stud.
Nice. Well, you're a stud at least. All and right, you're big. You're just not John.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rock stud.
All right. So Book of Boba. One thing that stuck with me, and I think this will be a good juxtaposition to talk about it against, is I saw this scathing review of it that this guy from some blog, but it got picked up and was presented through my Google News feed and all that kind of shit. Scathing review of how awful the first episode was, how vanilla and cardboard. Tamora Morrison, is it Tamora Morrison? What's his name?
That's it.
Okay.
I think
okay. How awful his acting was. How they have one of the best action stars in the world, Fennec Shan. Because if you don't know, like, she's huge in China. That kind of shit. How they didn't have her do anything action-y, which they did, but again, he was saying even that action was cardboard, all this kind of stuff, and it made me start thinking about it. So my opinion of it is it's not the fucking Mandalorian, by any stretch, but I still love it. I still love. I mean, him crawling out of the Sarlacc pit was a little rough. It's just kind of like, here's some hoses and tubes and stuff,
Here's a question for you. Where did the stormtrooper come from? There were no stormtroopers on Jabba's sail barge.
Oh, I didn't think about that. I was like...
The Empire wasn't there.
I thought for sure that a couple stormtroopers fell in there.
There were no stormtroopers on that barge.
Interesting.
Unless purely hypothetical, it's from the first Star Wars when the stormtroopers were at Mos Eisley, but because
they say he's going to be
100 years or whatever.
Yeah, I think it's like, isn't it like 10,000 years or something
several
like
thousand
that?
years.
Yeah.
So but it wasn't even a sand trooper; he was a regular stormtrooper.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah,
that's
I didn't
true.
understand that part either. That kind of like I do this.
What I think is hilarious and I'm loving is that the Disney Plus shows have taken this weird stance where they're gonna humanize and explain the Sand People and make them really great. I really enjoy the Sand People.
Yeah.
And we're going to make the Jawas into the biggest pieces of shit in the galaxy. Between the Mandalorian and the Book of Boba Fett now, like, the Sand People are like a tribe. They have respect. They have traditions. But the Jawas are just going to fuck
Americans,
Like, it's hilarious. But yeah, I mean, I love all the stuff with the Sand People. I think I could spend every episode with him and those Sand People. I just think they're really
I like the Sand People. I like them evolving them more. I think the biggest issue I had is in the second episode. Like, at first I thought the train was on a track, and I was like, why the fuck would you put your community right next to a train track when every time it drove by it would shoot all of you, And now I see that it's a speeder, but it's also like, if you could live anywhere, like, why are you living in a place where this big, huge speeder train goes by all the time?
Yeah, they're in the Dune Sea.
Yeah, exactly. So why don't you be behind some big dunes where they can't shoot your banthas every time they drive by.
I
So
want to know
that
some of
one,
them little black pumpkins because I definitely want one. It makes me thirsty when I see them.
oh yeah, the little thing. Yeah, I love that.
I'm assuming it's like coconut water. It must be something that keeps us very hydrated.
Yeah, it's a milk. In Star
Yeah,
Wars
they
lore, it's a
he
milk.
said it's a milk. Yeah, so the theme song, you're exactly right. I love that Mandalorian, like the fucking flutes or whistles or whatever it is in the
I'll tell you
Mandalorian.
one thing, they're going to make some badass
Yeah.
Tusken Raider figures after that second episode. You can already
Yeah,
see
the
like,
warrior who like jumps through the window and then pops out of all the hatches, just
Yeah.
shoots out. Like, oh, it was awesome.
And I still think that's a chick.
It is. I think
it is.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be portrayed that way.
The evil-looking Wookiee that came with the two huts.
Yeah,
That is a character named Black Karsten who was in a comic book like 5 years ago.
yeah.
That comic book went from a $4 comic to a $25 comic overnight.
Oh,
Yeah, he's a
that's crazy.
black-haired Wookiee, black chrysanthem, chrysanthem or something.
Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I saw him, I was like, "Holy shit!" Like,
He looked badass.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's supposed to be like a bounty hunter.
he's a bounty hunter / gladiator. Because I think Boba Fett calls him a gladiator, and I know. He
Yeah.
was-
And you
Yeah.
know there's going to be another episode where he eventually goes to find the Jawas to get his armor.
Yeah.
Oh, they don't have his armor. Well, yeah, they don't because they sold it to Cobb Vanth. But yeah, eventually he's gonna
Yeah.
get to Cobb Vanth. So yeah, because the fucking Jawas, man, they're just vicious little creatures.
Yeah,
They-
dude, that was crazy. So
Fucking
Brinkalizer's
tased
comment
They tased
for the for the audio podcast, Brinkalizer says Jawas are the scalpers of the Star Wars universe. Boba's gonna institute 1099Ks on Tatooine.
after he takes care of the Hut twins.
Yeah, dude. So yeah, the huts. Oh God, I'm just like it. It's not as bad as 1999 Jabba the Hutt
It's not
from episode
much better
1
either, though.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Yeah.
not much better. I liked how I was like, how are they sitting up there? And I like kind of how they wrapped each other around like
Yeah.
a snake, you know. But still, like, oh my
I
god.
love the
Just-
shows. The only thing I didn't like, I hated those assassins that looked like
Ninjas?
from G.I.
Yeah.
Joe.
Yeah,
I thought,
Yeah.
oh, it's kind of shitty. I do like is when you see all the different citizens of Mos Espa or wherever they're supposed to be. You see all the Trandoshans, like Bosk. That's really cool. I like seeing all the different.
We saw the
inhabitants.
red Rhodian.
Yeah, I like seeing
Yeah.
all the different inhabitants of, because that's where you get the depth of Star Wars. But I tell you one thing: the more I watch these shows, the more I realize I hate the fucking sequel movies. You know, it makes me how much I hate the Last Jedi and whatever the other one was called.
I love
It
The
makes me
Last
hate-
Jedi. I
It
love
makes
it.
me hate those movies more and watch. Like, I like the show so much more in those movies.
My
I-
biggest problem with the sequel trilogy, and I have to air my grievance. I'm sorry. Why? I would argue that R2D2 is the greatest character in all of Star Wars, and why you would let him spend an entire movie under a tarp is beyond me. Why would you do that? But yeah,
They forgot about it when they were writing. That's what happened.
yeah, because they had BB-8. They're like, he's our new R2. It's like, fuck you, R2's the best. But
No,
yeah,
I love what they're doing with these shows. I'll take these shows. If you said, right, hey, Rock, you have a choice. They can make another trilogy of movies or they can keep on with these shows. Forget the movies. Just stick with the TV shows.
the shows
Yeah.
are good, dude, and they're burnt. Dave Filoni, John Favreau,
Yeah.
Robert Rodriguez is involved in this one. Like, just people who just like Filoni should be given the keys to the whole kingdom. Like between
Yeah.
what he's done on Clone Wars and Rebels and what he did with Mando and Book of Boba, he knows what we want.
That cartoon was incredible. I really enjoyed the hell out of that cartoon. The last
Which one?
With the misfit stormtroopers. What was
Oh,
the
the
one?
Bad
Oh,
Batch.
Bad Batch.
Bad Batch. Even
Oh,
that was
yeah.
really good. I mean,
No,
I
I
feel like
think that's
everything
great.
that's not a movie has been really good.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
Yeah, and the sequel trilogy made me appreciate the prequel trilogy a lot more. Like it's crazy, and maybe it's just time will tell kind of thing. But
Listen, I like Force Awakens. I love Last Jedi.
I like Force Awakens.
I fucking hate Rise of Skywalker with every molecule in my body.
interesting.
There is
See?
one molecule that is my love for Babu Frick. And then all the other molecules hate the movie.
See, I liked the concepts in it. I liked the Sith, the whole like building a secret armor. I liked the zombie emperor. I liked all that. I just didn't think it was executed well. I don't like horses riding on spaceships and stuff like that. But Brinkalizer says in regard to the Book of Boba, can't wait to see how he gets his ship back.
Yeah.
From in the comics, it was always in Jabba's hangar, so presumably it's still in Jabba's hangar, because most of Jabba's crew did not make it back.
I love when they drop the person in the Rancor pit. He's like, the Rancor is gonna, and it was like, how the fuck do they bring the Rancor back now? I'm like, that thing didn't kill it. I was waiting to see Malakili or whatever that guy's name was.
The Rancor Keeper.
The Rancor Keeper. I was waiting to see him come out and be like,
wearing a shirt, this is back the Rancor, hashtag back the Rancor.
But then when there was nothing down there, I was like, oh, okay. Like, don't tell me you're going to, like, somehow bring that thing back, too. Because what has he eaten for all these years or however long he's been...
Yeah, because I think we're 6 years post Return of the Jedi in the modern timeline. And then immediately after the Return of the Jedi in the flashbacks.
Yeah, because I love that they showed I think it was with the same Sarlacc scene that they showed the sail barge all decrepit and everything and shit. But I don't know. I'm digging it. I think it looks like they've explained everything they have to explain with the Sand People, which was taking up a majority of the episodes. Like, the current time was maybe like 10-15 minutes at the beginning, and then they flash back to all the Sand People. So I did like the Sand People thing. I think they were, episode 2 kind of villainized them, but I think they're more humanizing them now as a tribe, like you say. Still doesn't understand why they don't hide behind dunes or anything or stay out of the flatlands.
But the Sand People, remember, the Sand People, though, are very like, this is our fucking planet. This is
true.
Like, you are all trespassers. That's why they, tried to kill Luke.
That's why they try to kill anybody that comes through there.
And there appears they are afraid of technology. So if you have a fucking zooming speeder, and it didn't sound like that's where they always live. It sounds like this is something that passes them from time to time that they're scared of. They appear to be nomads.
Yeah.
So it didn't seem like that was a permanent settlement they were at.
It's just that train went by in the same place twice. So, but maybe it's because he said, we're going to fucking sabotage. Yeah. We're going to get this train. So let's stay here because we know how it came through the last time.
The only thing I don't get was they're on a planet with 2 suns, and as a fat guy who only has a closet full of black t-shirts, why you be wearing black? Like,
and covered in rose.
Or is that just a fat guy in me?
Yeah.
I mean, why are they putting in multiple layers of black burlap to be on a planet with 2 suns and no deodorant anywhere in sight?
Because the original ones were all like light, like they were like tan and like a light brown and stuff. But this tribe was like, especially and I could even see like the ruling people, and maybe that's what it is. The ruling people have the dark robes because they don't have to be in the sun all day. They get to be in the tent all day, kind of shit.
I definitely like how they fleshed out the Tuskens because, especially if you see the original Star Wars, they were pretty badass and terrifying. I mean, when that guy's doing the thing when he's rocking it with the gas, and how Ben Kenobi's like, they'll come back in more numbers. They use like harder numbers. Like, they were something pretty scary. I mean, they ripped off C-3PO's arm. They trashed his land speeder. They were pretty badass. I mean, I like really what they fleshed out all these different things, and that's what I love about this TV universe.
Now, the last thing I want to talk about, because we're at fucking 3 hours here, is the fight scenes. I get it. They want to have it be realistic and stuff, but Tamora Morrison is not doing great in the fight scenes, considering he's supposed to be a Mandalorian. He's not a Mandalorian, but he's a Mandalorian trained. Fucking,
but is he though? Like, 'cause remember, Jango died when he was like 10. He's an
I guess
unaltered
that's
clone of
true.
Django.
He didn't.
He's
Yeah,
just
so he didn't
scrapping
get a
through
lot
the
of
galaxy.
training. Okay, I see.
So he's not
that
a trained
a
fighter,
little
and he's
bit better.
old, and he's healing.
Yes,
Like-
that's true. And why is he in the back to tank every
Probably
night?
from all that
Like,
fucking. Remember, because
Yeah.
when he was on Mando, his like half his skin was like white. It looked like burns.
yeah,
From being
Like-
in the Sarlacc, he probably
Yeah.
acid from being digested or whatever.
down
right?
there or something. Okay.
Yeah, so he's all
That's-
sorts of fucked up. And dude, if you had a back to tank, I'd sleep in it. Like,
Yeah, I guess
kidding
that's
me?
true. If you had something that would heal you magically every time you were in it, why not sleep in it?
Isn't that what Michael Jackson slept in? Oh wait, that was a barometric tank or something.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
that was
It was an oxygen.
It was an oxygen
thing.
tank for
Yeah.
Burn Center he donated to, and he took a picture sitting in it, and that became a tabloid thing.
Oh,
never slept-
interesting.
he never slept in it.
Oh, okay.
He never slept in it.
Oh, the hyperbaric chamber. That's why I remember seeing. That's what Michael Jackson sleeps in.
All right, because we're over 3 hours now. We're, like I say, the last thing in grab bag was Transformers G1 theme with traditional Chinese instruments. Go to the show notes, openyourtoys.com. Go to the show notes, click on that, listen to it. It's amazing.
Hey, at least you're
just-
not ending this episode with somebody dying like the last few. It's like, and by the way, this person.
Well, that's
died.
why I did it before grab bag. Well, we did have Bob Saget die in this episode, but at least we didn't end with it. So.
He had nothing to
Yeah,
do
let's
with
end
the
on a
greatest
positive.
franchise.
Brink is about to watch Karate Kid 3.
Part 3. Brink is going to have the best night. I think when I get out of here, I'm going to be watching we've been watching all the Spider-Mans so we can go see the new one. And we're finally on Tom Holland. So I get to see not that I don't like Garfield. I've learned that I do not like Tobey Maguire, but I liked Garfield Spider-Man, but we get to watch the first Tom Holland Spider-Man
Tonight.
tonight.
I really liked Amazing Spider-Man 1, and I fucking hated Amazing Spider-Man 2, except for any scene that he and Emma Stone are in together. They
Yes,
were really
I
great.
was going to say they had a really good chemistry in that one.
And then everything that wasn't him and Emma Stone was horrible.
Yes.
Well, tonight, one of my favorite TV shows ever comes back on HBO.
What's that?
Oh, Euphoria.
The Righteous Gemstones.
Oh, you're right. I have not watched that. So you think I should watch it?
If you like Danny McBride,
I love me some Walton Goggins.
Oh my God, is it Danny McBride? I didn't even realize
Danny
that.
McBride, John Goodman, Walton Goggins.
Oh, okay. Well
it's
then,
only like 8
is this
episodes.
the second season? So I just need to. Okay.
HBO Max, yeah.
Dude, tomorrow I'm going to blow through it. I've been watching Snowpiercer for the last few days, and God, I love the concept, but I love how they I don't like how they don't play more into it. It's literally just like this. Have you guys watched Snowpiercer?
Just
No,
the
I know
movie.
what it's about.
Oh, okay. Oh,
never
I
seen
didn't
the
even know there's a movie. I need
Oh,
to
yeah,
watch
with
the
Chris
movie.
Evans.
Oh shit. Okay, so Rock for you. Snowpiercer is apocalyptic movie.
Train that keeps moving.
Yeah, because if it doesn't, they'll freeze. Oh, okay. See, I had no idea what it was until I started.
Yeah, there's like a caste system and this and that.
Yeah, exactly. It's first, second, and third class and all that. Yeah, and the tailies. But anyways, Snowpiercer's good. It's just weird that they're ignoring a whole lot of stuff going on just to have a murder mystery and stuff. But anyways, all right, we'll see you bitches sooner rather than later.
Later rather than sooner.
Peace.
Secret.